care what's wrong or right.
No.
It's not hard to fool me.
No.
'Cause I'm addicted to the good life.
Yes.
Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say
No.
where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find no better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem.
No.
'Cause I know what I'm getting into.
Yes.
Yeah, and nothing can stop me.
No.
'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Yeah.
Shout out, shout out, shout out to all you gentlemen and all you ladies that dare to tread this channel. Shout out to all you guys here with Andrea and Andrea's Love Crossing Borders. This is a part 2 episode. Part 2 episode. We don't need a man. We're independent. We're making money. We're buying houses. We're taking vacations. You don't need a man. We only want you for your DNA. You want to have babies? You don't need a husband. You got dogs, cats, ferrets, and birds. You don't need a husband. These are the terms that we men have been hearing for the last, I'd say 15 to 20, almost 30 years, whether it be on social media or mainstream media. The more money that women of all cultures around the world are making, it seems that they equate their sexual market value based off their economics and their education. And for a short time, it seemed to work. When they graduated from school in their 20s and 30s, it seems that the ball was open. They had all the men that they wanted, no issues. They were making money because they were working in corporate America. They had their bachelor's and their master's degrees. In many cases, they had their doctorate degrees. And the money was flowing. The move to Atlanta or Austin, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, or even to Florida was well worth it. Because no matter where they went, they were attractive, they had money, they had education, and they had a lot of men. After 30, reality kicks in. They're not attracting the same amount of men that they were attracting before, but they're attracting a few. So they decide to start a relationship with one or maybe two of them. Even though the money is still good, even though they still own the houses, they still have the nice car, and they're going to the beaches in Florida, they decide to continue on with the relationship with a nice little boyfriend or male friends or situationship, if you will. But time is ticking. He's 33 now. 37. 41. And other than a Pookie, a Ray Ray, or Nook Nook impregnating her when she was 27, well, she wants to get married. She's been in a relationship with you going on 6 years, 3 months, 2 days, and 13 hours. So what does she do? She heads to Zales, decide to buy her own wedding ring, buy one for you. And now these ladies are doing just like the Bible said they would do. I want to repeat that. These ladies are actually doing what the prophecy in the Bible of Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1 says, that in the final days, several women will go to one man and say, we will pay for our own food, we'll pay for our own clothing, we will pay for our own houses. Just give us your last name. Take away our shame. For those that have studied Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1 in the Bible, you know that the shame of a woman is lack of childbearing. Give us some kids, give us your last name. But notice in the book of Isaiah, it doesn't just say, give it to me. It says several women will come to you and say, give it to we. Give it to us. So it is now, gentlemen. Winter is here. And just like Jon Snow had to battle the White Walkers are here too, gentlemen. And these women are getting on their knees and they're proposing to you men in grocery stores, at restaurants, at family events, at church. They don't care if they got to propose to you in a strip club parking lot. The Bible is correct. You might not believe the scriptures at all. Maybe you do. But either way, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. In those last days, 7 women will go to one man and say, several women will go to one man and say, will you marry me? We're going to look at that tonight. Tonight's topic. Women, once again, I mentioned this to you before. I could have did 4 or 5 hours of this. Women, once again, in mass numbers, proposing to men. Shout out to all you guys that are here tonight. Glad you guys are having a wonderful day. Let's get ready with the shout outs. There we go. Got some smooth music. Let's go reach in the. I reached in the crate for our old school shout out music. So shout out to all you guys that are here for the old school shout out music that we used to use back in the day. All right, let's get started. Shout out to you guys by supporting the channel by way of PayPal, Cash App, as well as Super Chat. We appreciate you, gentlemen, as well as you ladies being here tonight for this particular topic. The centerpiece of this topic tonight, gentlemen, is that you are valued. I don't care what women are saying on social media. I don't care what women are saying at your job. I don't care how they're acting. Men, you are valued. This is why women are starting to get on their knees. They're not getting on their knees because you're trash. They're not going down to Zales and other jewelry stores to buy wedding rings because you're trashy men and you don't deserve to be married or loved. No, these women are getting on their knees because they see the value in you men. And they know that if I don't compete for this man's love, and if I don't get on one knee to get this man, he might get on his knee for another woman. Since women know this, they're starting to realize they've got to compete. And one of the ways they're competing is just asking you for a proposal even before you ask them. Shout out to my brother Kenny people in the building. Yeah, you're gonna need the big bowl of popcorn for this one. This is gonna be a good one, gentlemen. This is gonna be a good one. Shout out to my Mr. Milner himself in the building. Glad to see that you're here. Salute to you, kind sir. Shout out to Ahmad being here. Delwyn is representing as well. Salute to you being here also, kind sir. Salute to you being here also. Glad to see you guys are here, man. Hope you guys have had a wonderful day today. My man Jay Casey, good evening. Say good evening to Mr. and Mrs. Spence. Andrea is getting some time visiting her family that just came in town from Europe. So shout out to the family members that made it with safe flights. And also my brother David Dice of the Dice family. Salute to you as well, brother. Glad to see that you're here. Appreciate you, Dave. And I haven't forgotten about you in regards to the video from yesterday and any other ones that you want. I haven't forgotten about you. Salute to Andrea, and salute to the chat brothers. Yes, sir. Let's scroll down a little bit further. Shout out to Show Nuff. Show Nuff, I forgot to give you a shout out yesterday for your $5 blessing on the Cash App. Shout out to you, brother, for the blessing over on the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother. And we got our first super chat. And Dave says this. He said, Dre, Reggie Bush's wife, who is from Armenia, must be beautiful. Literally shows brothers all the love and the respect that she actively values him on a regular. That's you know what makes it so amazing, man, with Reggie Bush's situation. Just imagine, I mean, if anybody loved Kim Kardashian, it was Reggie Bush. Just imagine if Reggie Bush would have got stuck with Kim Kardashian as a wife. Reggie was right after Ray J. Reggie was at the peak of his college career and going into he was at actually the peak of his pro career, doing amazing things in the NFL. I think he was with the Saints at that time period. And just imagine if Reggie Bush would have been stuck. Just stuck with Kim Kardashian. Or should I say Kim Kardashian? That's the beauty, guys, of not being swayed by the women in your own home country. Sometimes the women that you're looking for are either from or in another country. Don't you ever forget that. She might be in America, but she might be from another country. Or you might be using your passport to go to another country and get your quality woman, guys. Shout out to Reggie Bush. And she really does, man. You never hear any issues about Reggie and his wife. That is so true. That's a great point, brother. Let me scroll down a little further. Once again, shout out to my brother Show Nuff in the building. Shout out to my uncle Ghostface Jeffrey. Glad you made it down here to Colombia for a few days. Enjoy yourself. Little getaway. That's the benefit of living in Florida. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump to get to Colombia instead of being like up in Michigan or Chicago or any other upper states. Being in Florida, you can just get down here just like that. So shout out to my uncle being down here, man. If I was thinking, I would have just picked you up and had you on the show tonight if I was thinking. Shout out to Mon Spaghetti-O in the building. My boy, shout out to you. Salute to you as well, brethren. Salute to you as well. And shout out to Black Chairman in the building. He say, hey, what's up? He say, many good people. Yes, sir. We got some great guys in here, including Jermon. Yes, sir. He say, what up, big bro? And chat room family. And we got the man of the moment, the man of the hour, AM/FM, a man supporting men. Yes, sir. Yes, we're doing a smooth jazz intro tonight. Smooth jazz intro. Let me even turn it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Turn it down just a little bit. Yep, there we go. Smooth jazz intro. Let me come back to the shout outs with you gentlemen. We got 35 in the building. Appreciate you guys clicking that like button. That invites other individuals into the live stream. He said, as a suit on tonight, he'll be on his best behavior, unlike the other night. You can tell when I'm clean and pressed, I try my best to be my best. Yes, sir. Anytime I do the Kevin Samuels intro, it's time to be serious. Some of you guys don't catch that. Some of you guys have yet to catch that. Whenever you see the Kevin Samuels intro, you're like, okay, this is going to be a serious show. Okay. I always do that. Whenever it's a serious topic, valuing men, because that's what this topic is about. Tonight's topic, yes, it is showcasing why women are proposing to men. But the reason is because you guys are of value. I'm of value. Guys in the States are in value. Guys of other countries are valuable. There are countries that have and islands that have no problem with confessing that, hey, the men in our family are valuable. If it wasn't for the men, only in the Western world where they try to compare their currency, or in other words, their net value to their marketplace. And I think their marketplace value. And I thank Kevin Samuels. Shout out to St. Kevin Samuels. I thank Kevin Samuels for reminding us that there's a difference between your sexual marketplace, ladies, and your net worth. Congratulations about your net worth, but that still does not give you sexual market value. Like I said the other day, men hit the wall early in life. We got to hit the wall and break through the wall. We can't be like women, just hit the wall. We have to hit the wall over and over and over again, hitting our walls to crash through to become the men that we're going to be. Women, yes, they hit their wall later in life, but once they hit their wall, they're unconscious. They're so unconscious, they don't even realize that they hit a wall. You got women like Vivica Fox, hit the wall, still unconscious. Women such as, what's her name? Regina King, hit the wall, still unconscious. Are some of these ladies still worth smashing? Yes. But did they hit the wall compared to who they used to be? Yes. Shania Latham, beautiful woman, but hit the wall, still unconscious. They don't realize that they are no longer the women who they used to be. Nina Long hit the wall, still unconscious. Halle Berry hit the wall, still unconscious. What I mean by unconscious, these women have hit the wall and they have yet to realize you are not the woman who you used to be. Your girl Stacey Dash hit the wall, still unconscious. She on OnlyFans. She done went from doing politics on the news to doing OF. Hit the wall. Women hit the wall later and are unconscious. Men hit the wall early in life and have to get back up and run into that wall until we break through that wall to become the men that we're supposed to be in life. Always remember that, guys. Yes, you're going to hit the wall, but men hit the wall early in life. 19, 20, 25, 27, 31, 32, 35, 40. Sometimes it takes us to 50, 60 sometimes to crash through the wall to become the men that we know we're going to become, that we deserve to be in life. And I'm telling you now, the reason why I'm doing this video, because every time you see one of these women get on their knees, it is showcasing how valuable you men are. how valuable you men are, and women are acknowledging it. He said, you giving out blessings of knowledge. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate that. And shout out to my brother, Keith Mack in the building. Yes, sir. My brother said, he said, Dre, I can't lie respectfully. Of course, Reggie Bush's wife is nice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Reggie was always a good dude anyway, man. You ain't never heard nothing crazy about Reggie, man. He said, but I really don't want to go back. Not back there. Not back to wonderful Florida. Shout out to Tampa boys. The Lupe is in the building. He said, Tampa got a Copa flight. Yes, they do. Or does Ghostface fly out of MOC, Orlando? Let's see. Shout out to El Patron being in the building. Glad you're here. Salute to you, brother. Glad to see that you're here. Really do. He said, thanks for the consistency, Dre. Keep crushing. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I really do. I try my best to be consistent with all of us, man. Jeff says this. He said his online best behavior until he undo the tie. You've been watching me well, my uncle and my friend. You've been watching. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. And Lisa Ray, hit the wall, unconscious. Lisa still thinks that she should be treated and men should spend money on her the way they did when she was back in the day in her early 20s. Melissa Ford, hit the wall. These women still think that they deserve to get what they got in the early 20s. But Kevin Samuels have told these women time and time again, if you ladies deserve a man to spend economically on you at this stage of life, why can't he just go and get a younger version of you? There's a younger Rihanna that's out every year. There's a younger Melissa Ford out every year. There's a younger Lisa Ray out every year. There's a younger version of all the women that were hot, all the 90s beauties chicks. There are younger versions of them that are out there right now that are 22, 25, 29. Why? That's what Kevin Samuels is saying. Why should he choose a 41-year-old, 45, 50-year-old version of you? Regina Hall, beautiful woman. Why should he choose a 50-plus-year-old Regina Hall when there is a 27-plus-year-old Regina Hall that he can spoil with that type of money, time, or energy? And they hated him for it because he was absolutely correct. See, what perturbs women is this, and I mean of all races, and I mean globally. The fact that men get better, if you do it right, I'm going to say this again, because not all men do it right. If you do it right, you like the Whisper song, it just gets better with time. That's you. I'll say that again. That's you, brother. You might not see your value today. The women may only see you as for intimacy. But as time progresses, I kid you not, you get better. How many of you men can say at this stage of life, you're better than what you were at 23? How many of us can say that we are better than what we were at 33? Some of us can even say, dude, I'm better than who I was at 43. And some of you guys are going to be at the point and say, I am a better man than who I was at 53. That's the beauty of manhood. When done right, we get better with time. Women can do their best. Most women don't get better with time. I don't care if you got the hottest chick at 63. She could not compare to how she looked at 33 and 23. she can. I know some very attractive women in their 50s, very attractive. They cannot compete with themselves at 27. That's the difference. That's the difference. And women have a problem with thinking that when men say getting better with time, that we're talking about just external. No, we're talking about we as men, and when done right, we become wiser. We become more insightful. We've had ups and downs and challenges of life that we've gone through. We may even had physical moments. Some may have had to have a pacemaker put in. Or some of us may have to have had a particular type of surgery, or just you just had to just start going to the gym and working out and getting that extra weight off. Whatever it is, men have no problem with realizing if I do this, I'll get better with time. If I eat healthier, I'll get better with time. Men have no problem with saying, when I was 23, I ate like a trash truck. Anything go in. I'm just eating anything from any restaurant, any fast food spot. I'm drinking everything. Everything gonna get drank. Men get better with time because we like, okay, now I want fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. I want fresh squeezed juices. I'm drinking more teas. I might still drink alcohol, but I don't drink the way I did before. Men get better when done right. We get better with time. Most of us men can look back at our 23s and say, man, I ain't know nothing. Women can't do that. I want to say this again. Women can say, as far as like, I was young, I was dumb, he used me, he put 3 babies in me. Yeah, on that scale, I got you, ladies. But when it comes to the grand scheme of things, when it comes to your sexual market value, you do not get better with time, ladies. And I know some gorgeous 50 plus year olds around the world. And I mean, especially here in South America, they got some women over 50. You looking like, goodness gracious. And yet, menopause will tell them, you are not who you used to be. I'll check my email in a second, Ken. You sent me two emails, Ken. You sent me one with the research purpose and the one with the Kindle Amazon. So I'm gonna check that one out in a second. Let's see. All right, let me scroll down. We got 38 people in the building. Once again, we got my man 313 Nate in the building.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with us. You know how Detroit brothers get in public. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check out that Kindle, and I'll check out the other one that you sent me, Kenny, after the show. Plus, I gotta still send the other guys their videos from the other night. Yep, it's a marathon. That's a great way of putting it. Men acknowledge that life is a marathon where women feel like they need to race through life. That's so true. That is so true. Let's get ready to get started with tonight's topic. Let me turn the music down a little bit. There we go. And let's get started. Remember, we're going to see and hear from women wanting to propose to men, but tonight's topic is all about reminding you men how valuable you actually are in this sexual marketplace that we all live in today.
I'm never going to get married. I don't want to get married.
Why?
There's no benefit for the man. He only has everything to lose. A man can be completely faithful to his wife, provide, protect, take care of the kids, obviously when he's not working, whatever. And the wife can step out and cheat. And what's the result of that? Man has to pay alimony, has to pay child support, loses his house, loses the cars, loses everything. Why? What's the point? And then it's a coin flip. Flip a coin if your marriage is going to work. Those are the odds. Those are the chances. If you want to get married, cool. Throw a wedding, put the rings on each other, say your vows, you're married. You don't have to.
Right. Absolutely correct. If you want to get married in the States, now, if I were to get married in the States, true story, which it wouldn't have happened anyway, because I just don't want to be in the States anyway. But if I had gotten married in the States, it would have been a non-licensed, state-sponsored, if you will, marriage. Ceremony, let's do it. Reception, I got you. Tuxedos and dresses, a must. We got the kids throwing out roses on the rose petals on the floor. We got John Legend music playing in the background. We could do all that, right? Signing paperwork to the courts, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. We're gonna get marriage in the eyes of the Lord. Oh, yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are. We're gonna have the pastor or the priest, imam there, whoever, right? But I am not. There is no way in the world I would get married. I get married under the eyes of the Lord, but I would not get married under the eyes of the courts. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. And I will only marry somebody that will be okay with that anyway. I wouldn't be marrying somebody that I know that if I present this proposal, they'll be upset. I'll let them know in advance, like, listen, third, fourth date, what is your concept of marriage? Well, I think marriage is this, that, and this. I say, I think that's what marriage is too. But I don't want to go down to the courthouse and register our marriage. I want to do everything that you would want to do for our wedding and our marriage. But I would not want to go down to the courthouse. How do you feel about that? What do you think of that? When I explain to you why I feel like that, let me know what you think of that. That will give me 3 dates to know I get rid of her. If I was looking for a wife in the States, that's the closest that I would come. That's if I was looking for a wife in the States. You guys already know how I feel. I'm not looking for nothing in the States. Nothing. Because the brother would just, the white guy would just say, I think it was white or Latin, he was just saying that you could do everything and she'll still cheat. Cheating is up in the United States among women so much that women are now cheating more than men. When they talk about, I left him because he cheated. Wait a minute, ladies. Statistically, y'all cheat more than us now. What are you talking about, ladies? You're talking as if old data still exists. Ladies, you ladies are cheating. According to the Pew Research Center, you ladies are cheating in record numbers. Brothers, I got a video for you guys that we're going to be looking at tomorrow, right? About women putting babies on men that ain't the baby daddy. And then being a stepfather type of scenario as well. Because the theme centers around, tomorrow's show centers around, tomorrow's Wednesday, right? I mean, tomorrow's Thursday, right? Let me know. Because I know Friday we're doing we're going to have Will, we're going to have T-Mac, and a couple other guys up here that live in Medellin. So that's Friday's show. So let me know if tomorrow is Thursday or Friday. Okay. But we do have a show coming up. And in one of the episodes or one of the clips, it is 1:30 in the morning. The stepdad is sitting there in front of the television. He records everything now. Front door opens up. Kids come in with full football pads on, helmets on head, with their mother, 1:30 in the morning. Stepdad pissed. Where the hell you been? I took the kids to football practice. It's 1:30 in the morning. You telling me that these boys kept a football practice this late? I mean, the kids were no older than like 10, and the other one was 8 years old. You could tell they were just young kids, right? And this is in that episode that we got coming up. Not tonight, but either tomorrow night or Saturday night. It depends on if today is Wednesday or Thursday, right? Sometimes I forget the days. This man's like, wait a minute, you must think I'm stupid enough to believe that A, the kids got practice until 1:30 in the morning, and B, these boys gonna wear football uniforms with the pads, and they came in the house fully helmet with the chin strap until 1:30 in the morning. So they ain't ate nothing. They didn't take them helmets off until 1:30 in the morning. Just getting here, they haven't eaten anything since 1:30. 10-year-olds. Men are tired. You got to be the biggest fool to not know that this woman is still sleeping with her baby daddy. You got to be the biggest fool in the world to know that that woman did not have them boys over their daddy house. They're eating. And her and the daddy took care of business. But that's in America. And they expect y'all to go for it. I'll say it again. They expect y'all to go for it. Shout out to Ishmael being in the building, my brother. He said, I've seen 4 women propose in the softest, cutest ways. They just want that wild ride. I feel you, brother. Shout out to LJV, Southern Vegan in the building, as well as my brother KP. Was my brother KP. Let's continue on with the video.
Submit nothing with the courts. Yeah.
Die alone?
The only reason why somebody is not okay being alone is because they're not okay with themselves.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I agree.
That's it. Like if you're not okay being alone, you have issues with yourself that you need to take care of.
People would say that was embarrassing. I would say that was one of the wisest men that ever walked the American plane. Today is today is Thursday? Or tomorrow? It's tomorrow Thursday. Let me know. It's today Thursday? Let me look it up real quick. My days go by, man. When you in another country, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You will forget your days, man. You don't purposely do it. Oh, it's Wednesday. So tomorrow's Thursday. Cool. Perfect. Thanks, D-Well. Delwin. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. Tomorrow is Thursday. Gotcha. Today is Wednesday. Okay, tomorrow's Thursday. All right, gentlemen. Shout out to my brother Gypsy Cat being in the building. Appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I consider that the wisest man in all the land. These women think that they could put you in situations in front of crowds, and the crowds will allow you to be pressured. He said, today is Thursday. He said, I'm late for leaving. Oh, yeah, that's right, Jeffrey. That's right. Thanks for reminding me. Same here. He said, He said, when I'm in Colombia, he said, I forget my days. I do, man. I kid you not, man. And that's every week.
Ooh, okay, mommy, strut, yes. What is going on? Hey! Sufia quoi? Hey! What is going on? What is going on? Please! See, I blame feminism. This is why I say we should cancel our membership to the feminist movement. Because what is going on here? Unsubscribe me from the list. All this man and woman equal. This is what is the result is the consequences of stuff like this. And she's even there funny. The guy even want to put his finger. And he would. Oh yeah? Hey!
You better believe a lot of these dudes will accept the ring in front of the crowd, but when they get to the house, he ain't setting no dates. This dude right here is setting no dates. Yeah, baby, I'll take the ring. I'll give you a kiss. Let everybody clap. They're gonna be engaged for 7 years. They're gonna be engaged for 7 years. You see the little girl with the cell phone recording everything. She gonna make it go viral. Whoever the cameraman is or the camera woman is who recorded and posted it on TikTok to go viral, I bet you they still haven't gotten married yet, even after this recording. You say, that's right, get on your knees. As for me, don't get on your knee, girl. What you doing? What you doing? You might as well get on up. No, I'm gonna tell you no before you get down there. Before you get down there, no. No, Irma Jean, no. Willie Mae, no. Willie Mae, no. Willa Mae, no. I'm gonna tell you before you even get down there. Don't ask me.
Oh yeah? Hey! For big.
Let's go to the continent of Africa. It's not just American women. Let's go to the continent of Africa. Well, in Africa, they be getting, every time we see this with Africa, these women get on both knees. She coming with the money. She emptying her purse. She's gotten on both knees. It's always a crowd of brothers that ain't married that's always hyping you up to get married. Man, don't be hyping me up. Y'all ain't even married. Yeah, Gypsy, this wild, bruh.
Woman proposed to boyfriend at 6LACK's concert.
Xavier's to Palm Park.
Y'all gonna stop putting these men full government name out there. You ladies gonna stop using these men full government name.
To boyfriend at 6LACK's concert.
Xavier's to Palm Park.
She'd have put the Xavier Japompon out there. Xavier, that woman put your government name out there, man. What the hizzy? I'm gonna come back to your question, brother. Life lessons. I'm not skipping past your question. We're gonna come back to it.
For almost 4 years, we've been together. We have been through so many ups and downs, so many losses, so many wins. Music has always been an important part of our relationship. Thankful to this man right here. I've had so many good memories with you. You have been through hell and back with me. We just moved into our new place. Planning a wedding, doing all of these things, and you deserve to have something special. You deserve to have a moment where you shine, and I want you to feel the same way that I felt when you proposed to me. Black, can I give this to you?
So he already proposed at one point in time. And so now she used the government name, Xavier. We all know your name from now on. Congratulations, Xavier. Pa-pom, pa-pom, pom, pa-pom. Yeah, they both own a new place. Yeah. I know. Let's go back to our brother's question. He say, why do men get on their knees for proposals anyway? What's the point? Why can't we both just stand? In today's world, it's tradition. There was a time when men got on one knee for a pure, virginish, innocent, supportive, submissive, fit, feminine, and friendly woman. There was a time. There was a time he got on one knee. He knew that she had not given up her loins to any man, and she was childless. There was a time when men were in competition for these few wonderful women from their homeland or from their hometown. And so since men knew they were competing, they were like, listen, I know he like you, and he like you, and he like you. And they all want to be your husband. But if you give me the opportunity down on one knee, I'll show you I'm the best choice. There was a time. Now for the women of today, it ain't too many women worthy. If you had to sit back and say only women that was worth getting on one knee for, you would get on one knee, man, I would say 90% of us would have never did a one knee. If it was just today, And you could only get on the knee for women that was worthy, women that were still pure, women that were still traditional, women that still were so sexy, supportive, fit, feminine, friendly. Yeah, today you can get on your knees, but you ain't gonna find too many of those. Dudes getting on one knees for baby mamas that ain't even their kids. How you gonna get on your knee for a woman that ain't got nothing pure to offer you? She can't even offer you your own kids. That's the crazy part. She 37 years old. You get on one knee. 37 with 4 kids, and you get on one knee. She is Miss Corporate, Miss Independent. She's had 18 promotions with that same company. You can't tell her nothing. She's a CFO, the COO of the company. You gonna get on one knee for that? See, the worthiness of one knee is past. So I understand why my brother questioning, why are men of today getting on one knee? Because the women of today, for the most part, no matter where you go around the world, they aren't even worthy of the knee. Not most of them. I'm not talking about because you love her. A lot of dudes get on that one knee because he love a woman, not because she's worthy. There was a time where the women were worthy and you loved them. She was pure, innocent, thoughtful. She could cook, she could clean, and she was going to be a freak. That era has passed. You got dudes that's marrying pay for play in other countries. Brothers getting off planes, marrying prostitutes, getting on one knees for prostitutes in other countries. So I concur with my brother. Why is it that men are of today getting on one knee for these thoughts of today? What is the point? Statistics say y'all gonna get divorced in less than 3 to 5 years anyway. Statistics say 56 to 57% of y'all gonna get divorced in less than 3 to 5 years. Why are you getting on one knee? I want to know the answer to that one, American men, American women, Canadian men, Canadian women, UK men, UK women. Why y'all getting on one knee when you know that 57% of the time y'all gonna get divorced within 3 to 5 years, and the woman who you get on your knee for is more likely 80% of the time to file divorce on you, and you're gonna get on one knee for this woman in a country or countries where she has laws that will allow her at any given point in time to take half your ish. Take half your ish, and you getting on one knee for it? Yeah, that one knee era has passed with most women. For some women, yes. For most women, no. No. Shout out to my man Ronan Travel. Good morning to you, brother. Good morning to you. No. Dudes don't know their worth. That is probably not only the purpose of this particular episode to let men realize your global value. That is probably the biggest outside of politics, just on a personal man being man, males being male scale, right? Outside of economics, family, stuff like that. I find the biggest psychological barrier for men is that most of us don't know our true value. I'm not talking about your career. I'm not talking about your money. I'm talking about when it comes to the sexual marketplace, a lot of men don't know their value. Russell Wilson there was no way in heck he should have married Sierra. He should have did like Clay, hit it, and when she started showing who she really was, got rid of her. But what did Russell do? because he doesn't know his real value. He know his value on the football field. He know his value in the bank account. He know his value among his family members. But when it comes to the sexual marketplace, Russell Wilson, the reason why he married Sierra is because that brother does not know his value to this world. I would have respected him more if he had did like Reggie Bush. Got somebody from another country outside the industry. I would have respected that more. But hey, that's the problem with us men. Our mothers and aunts and cousins and female co-workers and ex-girlfriends have beat the value of us out of us. If men ever find out how valuable they actually are in the grand scheme of things, I promise you, it will be such a change among women. You think women in other countries compete? I'm not talking about egotistical know your value. I'm talking about in the sense of you know how to let women go. I think that's the problem that most men have. Many of us don't know how to let beautiful bottom feeders in any country go. She's beautiful, she's sexy, but you know and I know she's a bottom feeder. Without you, she'll never be anything in life. And I know women that got great careers and are bottom feeders. I'll say that again. I know women that when it comes to their career, they are excellent. They make money, they own homes and great cars. But I know dudes that have thrown those women away like they were last week's trash. Ask Holly Berry. Ask Regina Hall. Ask Shania Latham. Ask Vivica Fox. Ask Lisa Ray. Ask Stacey Dash. If I'm lying that women can make money and be successful in their careers, but when it comes to the market value of relationships, they are trash, ask these women if I'm lying, that they have been used and thrown away like yesterday's newspaper. If we all could just finally get men to understand how valuable you are on this planet. I'm not talking about everybody's got to have a suit on and stuff like that. I'm talking about men realizing I could say no to this chick because I know that there are 15, according to the Bible, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, several other women want me to. I don't care. You should be at the point where you don't care if women call you sassy because another woman wants to cook a meal for you, and yet this woman wants to cook a meal for you too. It used to be like that when we were rural people. I'm gonna say this again. Women would compete for men. How? What's one of the ways they used to compete for us? By the way that they cook. Miss So-and-so will make you a pie. Sister So-and-so from church will invite you over on Wednesday night for a meal. Sister so-and-so will invite you over because she was having a family function on Saturday evening if you can make it. Women used to compete in the United States and in other countries. Now, because they're making money, they don't feel they need to compete. Ladies, don't compete. I want to say this to you right off the bat. Ladies, I'm telling you now, do not compete for a man. Don't compete for a man if that ain't you. If you are not built to compete and you're only built to compete in the boardroom, keep your butt in that boardroom. If you are only good when it comes to competing in that bedroom, Go ahead, compete in that bedroom. Be the best of the best. Can't nobody give head like you. Can't nobody throw it back like you. Compete in that bedroom, sister. I got you. When I say sister, I mean all women. Go ahead, ladies, compete. But if you ain't built to compete for a man, don't do it. You know what's going to happen? There's going to be plenty of other women around the world that's going to get that good man that you said, I'm not competing for. Society is not upset with women, with you ladies, because you don't compete for men. Society is tired of you ladies of all race, color, or creeds complaining when another woman gets that man. If a white woman get that man, y'all complaining. If a regular guy gets that, if a regular woman gets that man, y'all complaining. She deserved better. You didn't want him. If a tall woman gets that man, y'all complaining. You didn't want him. You 5'1", he's 5'9". You didn't want him. You want 6'2", 6'3". So a woman came along that was 5'7", and she said, I'll be with him. He's 5'8". She said, as long as he 5'9", I'm 5'8", we good. We gonna be a happy couple. And y'all that's the part that society is tired of you ladies when it comes to the men you don't want to compete for. You don't compete, but you complain. You're not willing to compete. You compete in that bedroom. You'll compete in that boardroom. But when it's time to compete for a relationship with that man and not a situationship, you won't compete. Cool. Just stop complaining when the white girl get him. All you short women, stop complaining when the tall girl or another short girl decides to get with that man that's 5'9", 5'10". Stop complaining. You said that you want a dude that makes 6 figures. Cool. This other woman said, I will take him even though he makes 60,000, 70,000 a year. I will take him and we'll build a wonderful life. He makes 60, 70,000 a year. I make 50,000 a year. That brings our household to 110. These women have no problem with buying a house and building a family with a net worth together of 110. But you're complaining. You didn't want him. Ladies, Kevin Samuel tried to convince y'all to get with average, everyday dudes all the time. He told you are an average woman. What is wrong with being with an average man? Kendra G knew no matter how much money she makes, she is not an attractive woman. She is not attractive. I don't care how much money she makes. I don't care how much she's on a DJ, how many fancy clothes that she buys. Anybody could look at Kendra G and right out the gate, even with her best makeup on, sister, you are not attractive. You are average at best. And the dude that she didn't want to get married to is 9 times out of 10, because on Kevin Samuel's episode, when she was on Kevin Samuel's show, she said that she ended a relationship with a guy that wanted to get married. They had been together for a year, and I bet you that guy is married right now. 6 or 7 years later, he's married right now. What is Kendra G? Still single, still manless, still childless. Once I get men to finally realize how valuable you actually are, and I'm not talking about being valuable by way of being egotistical, but realizing that you can say no to women because there are other women waiting to say yes to you. Once we get that down packed, man, bruh, it'll be a whole new breed of dudes. It'll be a whole new breed of dudes. One of the number one reasons, I'll say one of them, one of the number one reasons why men get drugged here in Colombia, drugged in Brazil, drugged in Miami, drugged in Las Vegas, drugged in California, One of the number one reasons why men are getting drugged late at night, no matter how much money we got, we don't value ourselves. We don't see how valuable, how rare of a treasure we are. So we let any old type of woman in and out of our lives. I'll say that one again. The number one reason why men get scammed in the Philippines, scammed in Thailand, scammed in Europe, robbed over here, drugged over here, scammed in Africa. Number one reason. There's no reason higher than this. We don't see our true value. And when you know how valuable and rare you are for the person you are, rare it is to find a good man, how rare it is to find a quality man, how rare it is to find an educated man, a man of charisma, a man that has network, a man that has connection, a man that has faith. If you knew how rare you were, you wouldn't dare let scallywags smelling like zigzags, smelling like dish rags, rolling up zigzags in your presence. You would be so picky about what type of women that could walk by you, walk up to you, be in your atmosphere, but men don't value themselves. And that's why when we go to other countries, we will let anything that's pretty run through our lives and destroy everything like a hurricane, and then leave like as if nothing happens, as if nothing happened. Because we don't value ourselves. And then for the few of us that do, other men look at you crazy, don't they? If you value yourself as a man, you put yourself on monk mode, and you ain't sleeping with all the women in your neighborhood or all your coworkers, your other male coworkers looking at you crazy. You ain't gonna smash LaWanda? Nah, dog, I'm good. Man, she been trying to throw you that coochie for 2 years since we've been here. No, I'm good, dude. I got some other thing I'm focusing on, man. I got some business thing. I'm trying to get out this country, bro, in a couple years. I ain't got no time to be smashing LaWanda, man. I'm good. Oh, man, you tripping. If that was me, man, I'd be running. Yeah, if that was you, because you don't value yourself. I'm not smashing LaWanda, my coworker. If I lose my job, I ain't trying. LaWanda could smash. I could smash her. She fall in love. I tell her I don't love her. She go to HR and tell HR I was all da. Next thing you know, HR is marching me out the front door with a box because LaWanda lied on me just because I hit it. You ain't thinking about that. You just think how fat LaWanda butt is. But I'm telling you, I value myself more. That's why I ain't gonna sleep with LaWanda at work, because I'm trying to stack my money, my 401k, my Roth IRA, all my investments, my crypto, so I can get out the United States and I can find me one that's better than LaWanda in another country. Bro, you ain't get I got a master plan. Men that value themselves think like that. I have never seen a dude or noticed a dude that had high self-esteem about himself get drugged in Colombia. Not a one. It's always you thirsty, low self-esteem dudes that do it. You cannot tell. I don't care. I've seen dudes that own business, like one white dude, that was on Obi-Wan episode where he caught the girl in Parque Yeris and he was chasing her down. That dude has a successful business in Indiana. That didn't matter, did it? Didn't matter how successful his business was, how much money he was making, didn't matter, did it? Because how he valued himself in a foreign country was so low, he got robbed and drugged. Now, fortunately, they were able to catch the woman, right? But that's not the norm. How many videos have we seen in DR when dudes get in arguments with pay-for-play chicks or low-value DR chicks? I know dudes that did we not look at the video of the brother a couple months ago? We looked at the video a couple months ago of the brother that's in a relationship with a chick in DR that keeps calling the police on him for domestic violence. But yet he's still with the chick right now. If I could get men to finally realize outside of our money, outside of our clothing, outside of our gold and our chains, how valuable we actually are before you die. Before you leave this planet at 71, 79, 81, 91, before you leave this planet, if I could get all of us to realize how valuable you are, you will begin the process of not letting just any old female in your presence. But as long as you don't, and women know this, I'll say this again, in every country, women notice that most men don't know their own value. Therefore, they can say anything, do anything, present anything, cheat on you in any way, use the laws against you in any way, because you don't know your value. And you will even let a woman that's got a good career, but she's trash, like the Stacey Dashes of the world, come in your life, destroy everything, and walk right out of your life. The Bible has a verse in Proverbs says, the woman comes into your life, she does her dastardly deeds, and I'm paraphrasing, but here's the part that in the Bible says, and she wipes her mouth as if she's done nothing wrong. She wipes her mouth as if she ain't told nothing up. She ain't came in your life, gave you fire head, and you fell for it, and she walked out and your whole life is in shambles. And it's like that scene that's in the movie when they got the giant explosion in the background, and she walking out your life in slow motion, wiping her mouth. It's in the book of Proverbs, as if she's done nothing wrong. As if she's done nothing wrong. You cannot tell me that you deal with beautiful bottom feeders and you got high self-esteem. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care if you're that Russian dude throwing money in the air. And then come to find out that the Russian dude that just got kicked out of Medellin, half the women that he was messing with were trans men, and the other one were regular women. So he's got music blasting in El Poblado in Medellin. The Russian dude that just kicked out last week, for 2 months, blasting music until the neighbors called the police. Videos have been recently released of some of his parties. Come to find out, half the people in there were trans men and regular women. All that money and no self-esteem. Well, I do what I want to do, Dre. You can't tell me what to do. I can't tell you what to do. You can't. I learned this a long time ago. You cannot give wisdom to somebody that don't want it. You cannot give wisdom to somebody that just decided with all their heart, I don't care what you say. I got self-esteem. I bet you wouldn't say that in front of me. And a lot of dudes that got low self-esteem always run to their emotions, which proves that they have low self-esteem. If I was in front of you, what would you do? If I said what I said, would you want to fight me? Why? Because you're getting emotional and not taking in the wisdom that I'm sharing with you as a brother. And so now you want to fight me, but you won't look in the mirror and fight the lie that you're telling yourself. Because after you and I get done tearing it up, you still got low self-esteem. If you and I as I was right in front of your face right now, and you got mad at me for telling you the truth, and we were tussling, after the tussle, guess what would happen? You would still be a man of low self-esteem. That's why bottom feeders can get into your life. That's why scammer women can get into your life. That's why women that drug men can always get into your life. Because you got low self-esteem. Pocket full of money, bank full of money, garage full of cars, huge house, living off the beach, your self-esteem is shot. Your self-esteem, I mean, you doing good in corporate America. You go to work looking good. But then you come to Colombia and the real you shows up. Do you get with women on your level, economic level, economic mindset, wisdom? No, hell no, you don't get with no women like that. Who do you get with? The dumbest Colombian, the dumbest Brazilian, the dumbest woman in Thailand, the dumbest woman in South Africa, the dumbest woman in Mozambique, the dumbest woman in Kenya, the dumbest women in Mexico. You get with the dumbest of the dumbest. And as soon as they get you kidnapped or robbed and you got a kidney missing, you want everybody to blame the women. And most people will. Oh man, the women down there are dangerous. You may not want to go down there. Truth is, you allow those type of women, those cartel women in your life because you got low self-esteem. And when you outside the United States, you can't hide behind your money as much. They don't know about your 3-car garage. So you can't talk about that. They don't know about your house on the hill. They never saw it. You can show them some pictures, but they never saw it, right? And you could only throw money at them for so long. But they gonna still drug you, ain't they? Okay. How many dudes did not get drugged because they had money? I know it sounds crazy, right? How many dudes do you know that they had money, they told their story on Obi Land or to the media about how they were a businessman or a professional football player, or I'm just a regular dude with a good job? Did that ever stop a woman in Colombia from robbing you because you got good money? Oh, it didn't? So because you got a Charles Schwab account, Fidelity account, and you got investments in JP Morgan account, that ain't stopped them from robbing you. So just because you smart enough to make money, smart enough to buy real estate, smart enough to be wise with your investments, smart enough to have a 3-car garage and all sections are in there with 3 different cars and the SUV and the convertible and all that. You smart enough to have a hobby of going to the gym and taking care of your health. You're smart enough to sit back and network with this group of people and volunteer in the community to do that. And you're at the city council meeting and you're meeting congressmen and you're going up to all these 5-star dinners and you're going to the tuxedo balls and the mayor's balls and $500 plate dinners. You're doing all that. You're smart enough to do all that. Did that keep you from getting robbed in Colombia, Brazil, Vegas, Miami, LA? Or they still drugged y'all anyway, huh? Why? Because those women realized no matter how much money you made, you still had self-esteem low enough to come into the underworld and deal with bottom feeders. You willing to, no matter what you've accomplished, you still came to this country and you employed a beautiful bottom feeder. So all that you've accomplished and all the stuff that you brag about and all the gold that you have on, those women don't care nothing about none of that. You stupid enough to F with them, then they wise enough to get over on you in every country. In every country. You know why they don't get over on me? Because I really wasn't messing with them. I wasn't in that world. There are a lot of dudes, it ain't nothing special about me. It ain't nothing special about T-Mac, Jay Clyde, Jay Fleming, and all you brothers in the comment sections, man, that travel to all these countries. Ain't nothing special about us. We just got self-esteem high enough that says, nah, she is pretty, but yeah, I don't mess with no broke chicks. You think you better than me? Yeah, I do. F you. Yeah, okay, cool. But I don't mess with you. Them dudes that's coming down the street, they mess with you. You better go get them. Them 5 ex-military brothers, you better go get them. You and your girls, you could drain their pockets and drug them. Me? Why? My esteem too high. I can be broke and still have high esteem for myself. I can have money and still have high esteem for myself. I'm not talking about ego. I'm not talking about conceit. I'm talking about realizing that I can say no in a millisecond. You can land me in any country, and no matter how fine she is, if my spidey senses start tingling, I have the ability to say no. That's high self-esteem. That's the esteem that the women know that most of us men don't walk in. The ability to say no. Just the simple, nothing special. No, you notice I didn't reach for anything else. I just said, if you can travel with your passport and the ability to say no, it will keep you out of a world of headaches with a lot of women. But a lot of y'all just travel with the passport and with the condoms, but you don't travel with the common sense to say no. And they take advantage of it. And this episode is to let you guys know that you men are valuable. And that's why these women are proposing to these men, because even when the men don't see how valuable they are, the women do. The women do. Our brother AMSM says this. He said, most women don't know where to go to put themselves around high value men. That's absolutely correct. Most women, that is so true. Even Kevin Samuels used to talk about that quite a bit. He says some aren't fit for high value men. I would say most aren't. Most men aren't fit for quality women, and most women aren't fit for high value men. I didn't say high value women. I purposely said quality women, because men don't care about the value in the sense of economics that a woman has compared to women care about our economics and our networking status. Women care about who knows you and your connections. Women care about that. We don't care about who a woman's connected to. As long as ain't nobody negative and ain't an ex-boyfriend, we cool. We don't care about your money. You're gonna spend half of it on us anyway. It ain't like you taking us out on dates and spending money on us on a regular basis like we do you. But we do look for women that are of high quality. Does she have a good heart? Is she a quality woman? So women aren't qualified for most high value men, and most men don't qualify for high quality women. Why? Because of economics? No. Because most men have low self-esteem. I'll say that again. Us men equate low self-esteem to having the ability to walk up on a baddie and convince her to give up that coochie. We think, boy, he had confidence. And that's true. You got to have a sense of confidence about doing that. I'll tell you what takes more confidence. Telling a baddie to get the hell out your face. That takes more confidence. We equate confidence with pulling out money out your pocket. Baby, what type of drink you want? Drinks on me. Hey, I'm buying the bar. Anybody at the bar want a drink? It's on me. We equate that to be confidence because that's what society told us. If you spend, then you in, right? Women love men that spend like the white boys. If you spend, you in. It takes confidence to spend until her, and her, y'all don't get a drink. The other ladies, whatever you want. You 3, 4, y'all don't get a drink. That's confidence. That's confidence. Not everybody can walk in and out of your life. You lay the foundation to women, no matter what you walk into. Not every chick can walk up in your face with a hi. When you walk through that door, I'm not saying mean mugging, but give off the energy like, hey, not everybody can get my attention. I know you pretty. Not everybody can get my attention. That's how you need to be walking through these countries, man. If every woman looks like they can get your attention, even the bad ones will take advantage of it. Even the bad ones. You say they just play, they just play time. They just a playtime for high value men. Absolutely correct. And a lot of women don't want to admit that. Most guys, it's not even about a high value thing. Most women that we will meet in a lifetime are only for fun. Maybe it's sexual fun. Maybe it's fun going to a movie, putt, golf. Maybe just fun having a good conversation. Maybe just fun Netflix and chill. Most women, I promise you, at least 95% of women that you go meet in your life are just good for some form of fun. Well, most of you men are good for fun. You're right. Ladies, you're right. Most of the men that you're going to meet in your life are only good for some form of fun. That's it. Everybody is not wifey. Every dude is not a husband. Most men are not husbands. I'll say that one again. Most men will make terrible husbands. The word husband means gardener. We know a gardener is a person of responsibility. A gardener is necessary for the growth of the garden, which is the family. Most men aren't wired to be gardeners. You ain't got the green thumb, bruh. You ain't got it. You know how we sit back and say, hear women say, well, I'm not getting married because you like, well, don't nobody want to marry you. That's why you ain't getting married. Bruh, it's the same for men. It's the same for men. Most men ain't wired for marriage. This ain't for you, bruh. Go on, have your fun, player. Player, go on, have your fun. Like I say, whether it be intimacy, whether it be just spending quality time together, whether it be she a girlfriend or just a lady friend, situationship, whatever it is, bruh. If you think that most dudes are wired for marriage, then you'd have to say most women are wired for marriage. And we all know that ain't true. Now, can most men and women get to a point in life where they say, okay, I'm gonna sit my butt down, I'm be prepared and ready for marriage? Yes, most of us can do that. I did. So most of us can do that, but initially, most of us ain't ready for no marriage. It's too much work. And when we try it, what happened? When we try to do it, what happens? 56% of us, including myself, end up in divorces, right? Because most women ain't wired for marriage and most men ain't wired for marriage. So when you meet somebody that has that wifey mindset, that trad wife mindset, which comes along periodically, bruh, take advantage of it, because you're not going to meet wifey all the time. You're not going to meet a quality girlfriend all the time. Some women make horrible girlfriends. Horrible girlfriends. I would even say most women make horrible girlfriends. Most women are not made to be wives, and most women make horrific girlfriends. There are very few women that can do girlfriend correctly. And there are very few women that can do the wife correctly. That's why the Bible tells you have found a good, thing when you found a wife. You found a good thing, and God did. The next verse says, "In favor from the Lord," meaning that God did you a favor when it came to getting that woman. You got a favor done from God. God said, "I'm gonna give you the hookup." Most people are not going to get married, and most people that do it will be divorced, and that's globally. There are very few of us that take this seriously. Now, mind you, when I got married before, I didn't take it serious. So I fell in that category at one point in time that I was not made for marriage. But over time, I prepared myself that if I did want to get married, I knew certain changes had to take place in Andre prior to. So I prepared myself for this stage of life. But yeah, my brother's right. When it comes to high value men, most of these women are just playthings. My brother Gypsy says this. Shout out to Gypsy Cat in the building once again. He said, Brother Dre is dropping some knowledge. Focus on your value, and people will have no choice but to see it. Absolutely correct. I remember Martin Lawrence made this statement. He said, you cannot make demands until you are in demand. And I never forgot that. He said, you cannot make demands until you are in demand. Shout out to Martin Lawrence. Maybe he got it from somebody else, but that's where I got it from. Years ago, he said that. And I realized I cannot make demands until I put my life in a position where I am in demand, where people notice me and say, hey, we need his assistance in this particular area or in that particular area. A lot of guys, a lot of pookies want to get married. You can't make demands. Pookies aren't in demand when it comes to marriage. You're in demand when it comes to having babies. You're in demand when it comes to just being a boy toy. You're in demand when it comes to just having fun. But pookies are not in demand by women to get married. And then when women allow it, what happens? It goes left. You can't make demands until you're in demand. Some of us get a new job. We can't make demands yet. Why? It's a new job. They need to see our skills. And as time progresses, we can go for that next raise. Why? We're in demand. But we can't make demands initially. My brother is absolutely correct. Focus on your value, and people will have no choice but to see it. That's an excellent way of putting it. Let's go back to the video. I know there's a lot of comments that you guys have made. This right here, we're still at the stadium with the young lady.
And then once we got married, it started to be like stipulations and rules, and shit didn't work out. And it was more fun before I got married. So I got a thing against marriage. I think it's like overrated.
Entitlement.
He stated that once he got married, there were stipulations and rules. So then he has a thing against marriage. Yeah, 1 out of every 7. I can agree with that, Zeta. I can definitely agree with that. He said this. Listen, we together, everything working out. As soon as we got married, came with stipulation and rules. In other words, she had the audacity to have standards. She had the gumption to have boundaries. How dare she? I be looking at y'all like y'all brothers weird, man. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Man, after we got married, she changed. If she a good woman, I mean Tic Tacs. She's supposed to. She ain't supposed to treat you like she your girlfriend no more. That's your wife. She ain't supposed to talk to you like she your girlfriend no more. She talking to you like a wife. Girlfriends don't talk about life insurance policies, do they? Wives do. Girlfriends don't talk about college funds for the kids. Wives do. Girlfriends don't talk about, let's buy a piece of property to live in. Let's buy a 2-family flat. We can rent up the upstairs out, and then the bottom we can live in. Or it could be vice versa. Wives talk like that. It's supposed to change. What did I mention before when I said whenever you come to another country? We're going to come back to this statement with this brother. What did I mention was the one thing, no matter what country you go to, that you need to bring with you? Your standards and or boundaries. What is the first standard do I always mention if you want to meet a good woman in a foreign country? What do I always say? And it will never change. You ain't never got to worry about me changing my number one boundary or my number one standard. That will never change. She has to have standards. I got rules and regulations for her, and my first rule and regulation for her is she has to have rules and regulations for moi. I do not want to be hooked up to a chick that'll just if she let me run in and out of her life and tear stuff up, that means that she probably let another man run in and out of her life and tear stuff up. If she let the man before that run in and out of her life and tear stuff up. So my first rule is, do she got rules? If I say I don't mess with no woman that smokes cigarettes, I need a woman that's gonna say, well, I don't mess with a man that smokes cigarettes. Well, I ain't never smoked no weed before. Well, I ain't never smoked no weed before. I like to read books. Well, I like to read books. I like to be focused on financial literacy. I like to focus on financial literacy. Now, she ain't got to be 100% a mirror, but she gotta have standards. In other words, if I tell her I don't like smoking cigarettes and she says, I don't want a man that smokes cigarettes either, and she catch me with a pack of cigarettes right here and she leave me, I'm proud of her for having standards. I'm hurt because she left, but I'm proud that the woman that I chose had standards. So now I got a choice. I can stop smoking cigarettes and get the woman back, hopefully, or I can keep the cigarettes and lose the woman. Why? Because she has standards. I am not going to be with a bottom feeder that lets any man in and any man out. Why? Because if she does it before me, she might just do it while she's with me. If she let any of you do, half you dudes that get off the plane, I would not dare date a chick after y'all. And I mean that. All the Pookies, Ray Rays, Paw Paws that throw money at chicks all throughout Colombia. Half the chicks y'all deal with, man, I wouldn't take 15 seconds of my day to even ask them what time it is. Them chicks let y'all guys run in and out of their life on the plane. You get on a plane, the next dude getting off. You get off the plane, the next dude getting on. This let you dudes just run in and out of their life in the Philippines, in and out of their life in Thailand, in and out of their life in South Africa. Just all in and out of their life. Just, you don't give a damn. You just get off the plane, treat her life like a rental car, and get back on the plane. Here come the next dude. And then I get off the plane, and I'm supposed to let this woman who let all of y'all run in and out of her life in my life? Oh no, my brother. I got standards. And my first standard is she needs to have standards. She needs to have boundaries. No, not every dude that gets off that plane can be in her face. And if I find out she's one of those that have had several dudes always in her face, yeah, that one is over. She ain't never got to worry about coming from me, hearing nothing else from me. Why? She ain't got no standards. She ain't got no standards. Secondly, second reason why I say my first standard for every woman is that she has to have standards, because I know, like you got a strong personality like I do. I told Andrea this the other day. Let Andrea had been a weak woman, I'd have been cheating with 50, 60 women already in Colombia. I know my personality. I know my charisma. I know my sense of humor. Some of you dudes know you too. Some of you dudes are just like me. You need a woman that's like, I don't play that. Remember I told you guys a bunch of times, some of you guys have heard this story 100 times. First, Ace Live, shout out to Ace Live, the YouTuber, content creator. Ace was probably at 2,000 subscribers. Me and Ace goes out to the clubs. Now the club just so happened to be around the corner from our house where we live now. 25 humongous clubs here in Cali. But we were living a few blocks away. Me and Ace go out, have a great time. We don't come in the house till like 5:30 in the morning. We had fun. We ain't do nothing. We have fun, right? Andrea came. You'd have thought it was Jon Snow / John Wick. Andrea doesn't yell. That's the one thing I can tell you about. I have never in my life heard Andrea yell, ever. Andrea is not a voice raiser. She's one of those cool, calm type of people. Andrea pulls me to the side the next morning. She says, "We're not going to do that in my house." That's all she said. No fussing, no cussing. I knew that statement, "We're not going to do that in my house," said it all. She was right. Just because my boy in town, I don't know Cali like that yet, meaning that it's not safe for me to be out there wilding yet. I'm dragging Ace all throughout the city. We landed in these clubs. I ain't text her and said nothing just to let her know that we all right. We ain't dead. This is our first time, me and Ace's first time going out as her. Now, I've been to Cali a few times, but Ace hadn't. And I hadn't gone out as it being in a solid relationship. And Andrea was like, "No, we about to lay this rule down right now. My man that's in my life ain't gonna be just walking in at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning like, and you ain't told me this is Cali. You could come up missing in this city. You ain't at least text me to let me know that you alive. I ain't trying to be in your business. I'm just trying to make sure that you and Ace are all right." Man, me and Ace walked around that house quiet as a church mouse for about 3 days. Ace came up to me like the second day. "You talked to Andrea?" I said, "No, you talked to her? No, that's your woman." That's your woman. Because Ace stayed with us for like a week to 2 weeks, right? That's your woman. And during that time period, that's how we created Love Crossing Borders, right? Me, Andrea, and Ace sitting around drinking some beers came over Love Crossing Borders. We're not going to do that in my house. as the woman of the house, she has standards. She has standards. Where'd she get that from? Her dad's standards. Her dad would tell her and her brother the same thing. I know y'all both in college. I know y'all some good young people. Y'all ain't out there wilding, but them streets are dangerous. Y'all are not gonna be walking in this house at no 3, 4 o'clock. It ain't gonna happen. Standards. Because if the woman don't have standards, I'm the type of personality, and some of you dudes are just like me, you will run over a woman that ain't got standards. And that's why you guys hear me keep harping on my first boundary, my first standard. The easiest way for a woman in my life to get, for me to smash and trash or smash and dash a chick, if you ever want to know what is the first sign that Andre is just would have just smashed it and left her, she ain't got no boundaries. She ain't got no boundaries. If you ever want to notice why I was running through women in the United States so easy, they ain't had no boundaries. They didn't have any standards when it come to me running in and out of their life. And if I knew if they were letting me run in and out between their legs, I know they was letting the last man run in and out between their legs, and the man before that was running in and out between their legs. And I'm like, I am not about to get serious with a woman that has no boundaries. Can't be trusted. You don't know if she's gonna be loyal, if she not gonna be loyal. No standards. Man, listen. Shout out to Jay Anderson, the great in the building. AMSM says this. He said, I'm not ready to compromise what time I come home. And that's one reason I'm single and I live alone. Absolutely correct. I was the same way when it's kind of funny. A lot of us sit back and say it's compromise, but if you want to be honest, 99% of the time when I was single, I was coming home and going to bed the same time anyway as when I'm married. I'm gonna say this again. Some of us really think that we compromise when you get married or when you get in a serious relationship. Some of you dudes, your body was programmed to go to sleep at 10:30 at night anyway. So when your girl said, what you doing? Nothing. Come to bed with me. And it's 10:30, 9:30 anyway. Man, you was doing that when you were single. Every blue moon you out and about like that late at night. Let's be for real. I'm serious. Okay, let's just talk about Andre. Let's just talk for me. My sleep schedule did not change when I got with Andrea. I had this same dang sleep schedule. The same one, 10 o'clock, 11, maybe 12. Every blue moon, you guys come to town in Tampa, I go hanging out. Or if I'm smashing some chick, I go hanging out. But usually, even Jeffrey can tell you, me and Jeffrey was in the house, man. All them years I was in Tampa, Jeffrey can tell you, man, Jeffrey wasn't running those streets like that. So even if we kicking it with a chick, we still on the same sleep schedule. So when I hear dudes say, man, hey, listen, I'm telling you now, you ain't gonna control when I come in and come out. Man, you ain't really changing your schedule like that for real anyway. I wasn't. It's like every blue, dude, I kid you not. It's like every blue moon, a chick will call me, Andre, come over and smash. I said, okay, I'll be over. It may be like 1 o'clock in the morning. I come over, I smash it to 2:15. I'm back in bed. I'm taking a shower. I'm going to bed, man. I might wake up at 6:30 and hit it again, but I'm asleep, man. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. My little sleep schedule, like a lot of you do, you guys are like me. A lot of you brothers are just like me. You will say, I don't want nobody to control my schedule. And when you get in a relationship, she goes to bed like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Your butt was going to bed at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock when you was single too. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed on that part. You just look at it like it's controlling. You think like, oh, she just making me go to bed with her. Well, I don't feel like going to bed. Dude, you was going to bed at 10 o'clock when you was single. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock if the football game or the basketball game was on. Most of us that's single ain't hanging out till 4 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday night. Can we be real? And the older we get, the more we stay in the house. So many of us are homebodies. So if your wife be seeing you at the house a lot, because you like you like college football, Saturday, you like, listen, I'm getting everything set up, got my man cave set up, college football about to come on. Shout out to University of Michigan. Ohio State game is coming on. I don't want to hear nothing. Ole Miss and Alabama playing. I don't want to hear nothing from them. You already know, man. You got done mowing the lawn. Come on now. Come on. All you married dudes, all you dudes that's been in a relationship, you get up, mow the lawn. You done took care of the lawn. You done took care of the trash. Anything that need to be done around the house, you done took care of that because the Ole Miss Alabama game going to start at 1:30. And so you got your beers, your drinks, your snacks, and you sitting back and you kicked up for the rest of the day. Your ass ain't going nowhere anyway. You was doing that when you were single, and you did that the Ole Miss game when you married. I don't know why us men try to pretend like it's this major change that takes place when you get married. You watching that same Ole Miss, same Michigan versus Ohio State game that you watched when you were single. So it ain't that many changes, or rules. We just make it seem like there's more rules. It's the same rules. You went to the grocery store twice a week when you was by yourself. You went to the grocery store twice, maybe 3 times a week when you was by yourself. You got with your girlfriend. Guess how many times you go to the grocery store? Twice and 3 times a week. You went to the grocery store right around when you got off work at 6:30 or on the weekends. Guess what time you go to the grocery store with your wife? When you get off work, around 6 o'clock or on the weekends. Tell me what a change, fellas, I'm serious. All you single dudes, tell me what a big change is in the relationship. Because most of us do the same ish that we did as a single man in a relationship. I just don't feel like I want to be controlled. I got you. I'm with you. But I'm telling you, most of us that enter in relationships really don't change our patterns too much. When I'm single, I can go here, eat what I want. Man, as a grown man, most of the time you eat what you want to. As long as she cooking it, you don't care. I kid you not. My schedule did not, my sleep schedule, my work schedule, my travel, none of that changed. My hanging out with you guys when you guys come to the city. If you guys came to Tampa, we would go down to Ybor City and have some cigars and some brandy. But if you guys ain't coming to Tampa, I ain't hanging out. Me and Jeffrey be locked in his room. I'm locked in my room. We'll come out and watch television for a little while, but we ain't really super TV dudes. And that's it. Man, my life as a single man was just simplistic. It wasn't, I didn't make it difficult. If now, when it came to the ladies I was smashing, I'm smashing at their house. You know, a few came to the house to get beat up, but for the most part, I'm going to their crib. That's the only time Jeffrey saw me gone. I'm going to their crib for a couple hours. I might sleep overnight, but for the most part, I ain't doing it that often. I ain't had no chicks that I was at their house. I kid you not, no matter what chick I was smashing, I was never at their house more than 2 days in a row. If I come over to her house at 1 o'clock, I might sleep overnight, get up in the morning, take a shower, get dressed for work, go to work, and I might see her again in 2 or 3 days. But it was never a back-to-back night for no chick. In other words, I was at home. Now that I'm married, guess what? Unless you dudes coming to the city, when y'all come, I'm doing the cigars, I'm doing the brandy, I'm hanging out, and when y'all gone, I'm at the house. I'm literally not doing anything different than what I did in Tampa, except for quality time with Andrea. That's it. I wish I could tell y'all that there's something different. Like, yeah, when I was single, man, I used to go to sleep, man, like 4:30 in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday, come smashing bitches. Nah. Tuesday night, bruh, I'm watching Taylor, dude, like y'all watching me tonight on a Tuesday, Thursday nights, I'm watching Taylor Made Dreams while he on the live stream, while he drinking drinks, talking about DR. I kid you not, I will have my cell phone set up, I will have my dinner set up. True story. When I was single in Tampa on monk mode, Thursday nights and Wednesday nights and Thursday nights, I will watch Taylor Made Dreams on his live stream. He will have his drinks. So some of you guys don't know about Taylor Made Dreams has had 2 channels. His first one, after about 1.5 years, 2 years, he shut it down. But then he realized how many people were hitting him up like, man, we really liked your content. He started a second one. That's what most people know Taylor Made Dreams from, Russ, from his second DR YouTube channel. But I know him from the first one that he started, where he was just having drinks. He had just got back from Brazil. He was moving to DR. He hadn't even moved completely to DR yet when he had that YouTube channel. He was still in Atlanta. He was telling you about life going back and forth to DR, opening up bank accounts, working with realtors and lawyers. He talked about all that, but he'd be sitting up there just having a drink. And I would have my cell phone set up, and I would have cooked my dinner after work, and I would have my little glass of wine or maybe some beer, and I would do just like you dudes are doing right now. Watch Taylor Made Dreams for about 4 or 5 hours and just enjoy my... Okay, now I'm married. Am I not doing the same thing on YouTube just from the other side of the screen? Some nights was Taylor Made Dreams videos. Some nights was Ace Live videos. Some nights was I Am Marwa videos. Some nights were Jabril Passport Heavy videos. But every night I had a particular travel YouTuber to keep me encouraged every night. Because if I watch regular YouTube, ain't nobody talking about black men travel. But these black men were talking about what I wanted to do, travel. So every night I had a different person that I would watch. Now I'm on the other side of the screen, literally doing the same thing with the same schedule. I just so happen to be married. My life really didn't change as far as my routines. What do I always say when you move to another country? See if that country works with what? Your routines. That's in my books. See if that country or that city works well with your routines. Bring your routines with you. If you're a guy that likes to fish, if you're a guy that likes to bowl, if you're a guy that likes golf, if you're a guy that likes to hunt, see if that country or that city in that country works with your routines. I kid y'all not. Literally, what y'all see me doing, I've been doing for years. Years, long before I got married. So I wish I could say, when I got married, my life changed and she changed up my routines and I used to be like, no. I get sleepy at 10 o'clock like y'all dudes do. I got sleepy at 10 o'clock when I was single. I could be over a chick house, smashing the coochie and still be sleepy. I can't wait to get done hitting this coochie. I'm so sleepy. You ever hit some coochie and you were sleepy? You were like, I want the sex, but goodness gracious, I'd have had a long day, girl. Let me hurry up. Kobe says this. He said, I didn't slow down until my 30s. He said, now I just chill. He said, but in my 20s, I was just like many of us. I was wild. going out 3 times a week, partying all the time. He said, doing whatever. He said, I personally think men should wait until, I'll say that too, till 35 and older when it comes to settling down. I would add to this, settling down with a girlfriend or a wife. I would say it like that. Jay Anderson said this, the great. He said, Andre, do you know how to throw down in the kitchen? Man, I could burn like somebody's grandmama in the kitchen. I could burn. Us Taylor men, me and Jeffrey, we can burn in that kitchen. Now that's one thing Andre says, when it comes to cooking, her meals are classic Colombian meals. I'm the gourmet type of dude. I'm the dude that goes to TikTok and look for a gourmet recipe and make that. I've always liked nice recipes. Anything that's creative, I enjoy. He said, Andre, I stand corrected. Shout out to you, AMSM. Shout out to J3 in the building once again. He said, you're right, bro. I kid you not. Shout out to Sean being in the building, my brother, my mentor, my friend. Glad to see that you're here. Good evening, big bro. Evening chat. Shout out to Sean. Make sure you guys subscribe to his YouTube channel. Sean, make sure that you share the link if you can, if it allows you to. This Could Get Ugly is the name of his podcast on YouTube. And Facebook. This Could Get Ugly. Evening to you. My brother IMF says this. He said it's some childish ego-ish to think that you're missing out if you're not up until 3 o'clock in the morning in the club like it's BET music video. Hearing the same boring ass music 32 times in a row. I kid you not, since we live around a corner from the clubs, dude, I could be getting up using the bathroom in the middle of the night, right? You got to use the bathroom as a man. Bro, I can still hear the music going and I don't be missing it. Beautiful clubs, don't get me wrong. But I done been to them. I don't feel like I'm missing nothing. I kid you not, when I'm hanging out with you guys, I like the bars and a lounge. I like salsa dancing. Don't get me wrong. I like going out to a club and salsa dancing the night away with beautiful women in my arms and just enjoying the night. Like I say, I don't cheat, I dance, right? I don't cheat, but I will dance with a beautiful woman. But I have just as fun sitting around with T-Mac or Will or Jeffrey and just having some beers or some gin and tonic and just chopping it up the whole day, laughing, getting our eye candy on, looking at the beautiful ladies just walking by and stuff like that. I enjoy that just as much as I used to go to clubs to 3 o'clock in the morning. Some of y'all go to Medellin, y'all need to hit some lounges, man. Hit some bars. You so busy trying to go to the clubs and party all night. You need to just go to a bar. Go to a lounge, a sports bar. With some partners. Oh man, you have a good time, bro. You have a good time. He said, I do go to bed late now. He said, it varies. He said, young Tinder be trying to get me to come to bed early. He said, most women I know go to sleep early. That's true. Andrea do too. 10 o'clock, I don't care what day it is, she out like a light. If I make it to bed with her, cool. If I don't make it before that 10 o'clock window, Andrea is asleep. Andrea is asleep. Zeta says this. He said, Dre, one of my old heads told me some guys have book smarts and some have street smarts and some have both. He said, but not a lick of sense. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. My brother's a true story. Yeah, man. Me and Jeffrey, man, we was in a house, man. We wasn't living no. Oh, sure, we in Florida, living a single life. We all the ladies up in here. Shh, not us. We got to go to work in the morning. I don't know what y'all dudes thinking that your work schedule gonna change once you get married. Like all of a sudden, you get married and now you ain't going to sleep at 10 o'clock like you used to when you were single. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Unless y'all doing some intimate things, you know, y'all having little intimacy moments. But other than that, you're going to sleep your regular time that you went to sleep when you were single. He said, I won't be up no longer than 12 a.m. That's true. That is so true. Yeah. He said, I don't go to bed late now. I don't blame you, brother. He said, I think I read that one. Young Tinder tried to get me to stay up. Yeah. Give me the bed. They go to bed earlier. Most women do go to bed earlier. Yep. That is so true. So true. Let me scroll down, make sure I got everybody at the bottom. And Zeta says this. He said, I think I read this. Zeta says, I'm in my 20s. He said, I was definitely partying when I saw these women were in their late 20s. And I said, forget this. I'm chilling out. I was 28 when I really decided to sit down and sit back. Jeffrey said, I'm still like that. Yep. Work, gym, study. Shout out to the cloud engineering classes. Work, chill, study. And Montrez in the building, Mr. Montgomery. That is. He said, Andre was running through those snow bunnies. Yeah, that's true. Back in the day. Now when I was out for the snow bunnies. I was like, whoever Umar wasn't hitting, I was gonna hit it in Florida. So all the snow bunnies that Umar wasn't messing with, yeah. If I'm out and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm hitting some snow bunnies. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah. He said marriage can be a protection layer for the inevitable decline. He said, I won't think about marriage until I'm at least 35. I agree with that. He said, but I understand the value of it. I agree too. That's why I got married again, man. It was a marriage that did anything wrong to my marriage. It was me and her. I'm gonna say that again. It was not the concept of marriage that made my marriage not work. It was the two people in the marriage that didn't make the marriage work. So if I made changes and made sure I had the right woman, and nobody's guaranteed. Me and Andre ain't guaranteed to last. We're praying that we do, and we're in a good direction so far for the first 7 years. But the concept of marriage never made me, when I got married and said, I ain't never doing it again. I didn't feel like that. Now I would never do it again in the States. No. But the concept of marriage itself didn't do anything wrong to me. It was just me and the person who I was with, it just didn't work out. But you got a lot of brothers that say, I'm not getting married again. I don't blame them either. Okay, let's go back to the video. Because the brother was explaining how marriage was like, no, that's all right.
I got married. So I got to think it's marriage. I think it's like overrated.
Entitled.
Yeah, it was like you start trying to think you could tell me what to do. Like before we got married, we was traveling, having fun. And then we got married and it was like, she got like
serious,
more serious. It started to be like, those questions on the first date, like, so what do you see yourself at in 5 years? And what's your plan? And
She was asking you that after that?
She was asking it before, but she got really more on it after the marriage.
She should have been. I don't get where this brother is coming. Oh, a woman that's a wife will ask questions that a girlfriend only assumes. Did I not say earlier? A girlfriend would assume about your life insurance policy and her life insurance policy. A wife is not only going to check on your. I give a perfect example. Me and Andrea we are on top of our life insurance policies. We ain't gonna be those family members that they gotta have a GoFundMe. We've had enough. Come on, Jeffrey. We've had enough people in our family for the GoFundMe to where this one here, I make sure if I don't have nothing on this planet, we gonna take care of that life insurance policy. I know what I get if Andrea passes before me. I know what she gets if I pass on before her. Here in Colombia, they do it. Now, I don't know about all policies in the States because some policies go by lump sums. But here in Colombia, the policy that we have with MetLife, the same MetLife that's in the States, they give her or me a lump sum every month for the rest of our lives. So if Andrea passes on before me, based on our MetLife policy, I get a lump sum of money every month for the rest of my life. If I pass on before her, she gets a lump sum every month for the rest of her life. And we have whole life insurance. So you know, with whole life, they use part of the money and put it towards investments. So we have whole life. So she's going to have those investments as well as my Fidelity and my Vanguard investments as well as my Social Security. She gets that. So we have a folder with all the phone numbers, who she contact at the Social Security Administration. How does she apply for my Social Security? How does she, when does she apply for my Social Security? In Colombia, I mean, in the States is like this. If you have a foreign woman, that's your wife, or even your common law, your common law wife. This is how it works with Social Security. If she is under the age of 60 and does not have children by you, she has to wait until she's 60 to apply for your Social Security. If at any point in time she's with you and she has a baby by you, that woman, if she's your wife or common law wife, not your girlfriend, but common law wife, she can apply for Social Security at any age, and the checks will start like within a month or two, because she's your wife and she has a child by you. That's how Social Security works in the state. Just in case you guys are ever wondering, if I got a foreign wife, can she get my Social Security benefits? Yes, she can. It depends on her age and if she has a child by you. So we've got all the paperwork, and it's real simple. I kid you not. There's like a phone number that Andrea calls down at the U.S. Embassy, and the U.S. Embassy sends her a real form, an application. She fills that out online. Then they send it to the Social Security Administration. Bada bing, bada boom. Andrea's getting checks to her bank account here in Colombia. What's my point? You don't talk like that to your girlfriend in Colombia. You talk like that to your wife in the Philippines. Your common law wife, your wife in Thailand, your common law wife, your wife in Kenya, or your common law wife if that country has common law. So when this dude is talking about, man, we used to just talk stuff periodically when we were boyfriend, girlfriend, then she got serious. She's married to you, bruh. She's supposed to talk serious stuff. When she's your girlfriend, y'all ain't on no medical insurance policies together. So y'all don't need to know no insurance numbers, no emergency insurance numbers, none of that. Y'all ain't on the insurance policies together as a boyfriend, girlfriend. Y'all got separate insurance policies. Now that y'all married, y'all might want to think about getting joint medical insurance that covers both of you and the whole family. I think some of us men, have I not said earlier, most men are not made to be husbands. Part of knowing your value is knowing who you are, even in that dynamic. Most men are not wired to be husbands. They are like this gentleman. They are made to be great boyfriends, great situationships. But when it's time to be a husband and move like a husband and think like a husband and think for the future like a husband, most men don't cut it. And most women don't either. Not today. Maybe there was a time before, but in today's world, no matter what country you go to, most men, most women are just made for situationships. We ain't that good when it comes to marriage. There is no way in the world, if my wife decides to let's talk serious about investments. When I got married, I called Vanguard and Fidelity and asked them, upon my demise, what do I need to do? Look like I froze for a second. Yeah, look like I froze for a second. I'm setting up my trust, so there's no problem. I've got land in Tennessee. What about the land, Andre? I've got like 12 acres in Tennessee. So what about the land, Dre? All that has to go up under a trust, not just a will, but a trust, Dre. Those type of conversations you are having with the wife. And if you are fussing and cussing about having serious medical insurance conversations, what if something happens to you, what you want her to do conversations. Yeah, you right. You ain't built for marriage. And she made a major mistake with thinking about marrying you. Talk about this gentleman here. And I don't even know him. But we're just going off of what he's saying and what he's stating. And he sounds like he wants to be a Toys R Us kid. He doesn't want to grow up. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that he can play with, from bikes to trains to video games. Right? And a lot of us men are like that. We're Toys R Us kids. You want love, you want loyalty, but you don't want the responsibility that comes along with love and loyalty. You want her to be traditional woman, cook, clean, sew, grow, sex, salad, sex, silence, sandwich, fit, feminine, friendly. You can quote all the Kevin Samuel stuff, right? But when it's time for you to be a traditional husband, in other words, the responsibilities of the household of the gardener, now you don't want to be a gardener. Now you don't want to be traditional. That's crazy. That is crazy. My brother Ronan says, he said, I have these conversations with my clients thank you, Ronan, because you are in that industry. I have that conversation with clients all the time. Me and Andrea on top of it, bruh. Me and Andrea are on top of because I had promised myself this. In my first marriage, I wasn't on it like I should have been when it came to the hidden responsibilities of marriage, the business side, if you will. I was on it a little bit. She was on it a little bit. We were together 14 years, but we weren't really cut and dry. What if something happens to one of us? What do we do? Emergency numbers put right here. How do you reach out to my family if anything happens? Do you got Jeffrey Ghostface in your phone? Can you reach my sister Candy? All of these things. Before, I wasn't on it like that. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I wasn't even on it on top of it like that. But when my mother died, And I realized how much of insurance that she didn't have. She didn't have enough insurance. And I had other family members that passed on, and they didn't have the level of insurance that they could have had to really take care of their loved ones the way that they could have. I promised myself, I'm tired of seeing Black people have to do fundraisers. Before there was a GoFundMe, I said, I am not gonna put my life and my wife and my kids in a financial position. I might, while I'm alive, be growing a business. I mean that, guys. While I'm alive, I might be still working on my books, the brand, the business, and really pushing it, going to classes with Theo Wolf, cloud engineering, a career. I might still be working on that right now while I'm alive. But when it comes to the afterlife, I am extremely serious about that. I am extremely serious about I don't care, dude, I would drive in a bucket as long as I got $1 million, $2 million, $3 million life insurance policy. As long as I'm sure that I got properties. As long as I know that I've got my I don't care if you're a businessman, you got what's the term I'm looking for? It's called the solo 401k. It's for those that are in business and you want to still have your own 401k going. You could go to Fidelity, or you go to JP Morgan or Chase. I mean, not Chase, but Charles Schwab or Vanguard, and open a solo 401k as a solo business owner. Or you could continue to build a 401k like I'm doing that I had when I was in corporate America. Or you could just have regular investments, or you got to use some crypto. But I'm telling you, when I pass on, that woman is not going to be broke. Because that's what white people do. White people will live in a dang cabin and their grandkids will live in a mansion. All because of the investments and the insurance and the properties that was left. The Bible says a great man or a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. A wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. When I got out the feds, remember I told you guys, I got out the feds after doing 10 years. My grandfather stood on that, and I had a fresh $20,000 check waiting on me the day I got out the feds. I didn't even know about it. I didn't know about it until 2 months before I got out the feds. That money had been waiting on me for 4 years. I didn't even know my grandfather had passed on. This was my dad's dad in Tennessee. So I didn't know granddad had passed on. I'm my favorite granddaddy too. So I didn't know he even passed on. And he made sure his children and his children's children. That's how I got the 15 to 12 acres in Tennessee, 12 acres of land and a check for $20,000 waiting for me when I walked out the feds. That's what I want to do for my children's children. My life on this planet, it can be great economically, it can be plain economically. But I bet one thing, Andrea's life ain't gonna be plain. Bet that. My kids' life ain't gonna be plain. Bet that. And my grandkids' life are not gonna be plain. You can bet that. If you ever want to know what my 100% focus is my economic afterlife. Some of y'all think about being ballers for right now. Now, I'm with you. I'm the same way. But I'm also thinking about the afterlife, man. If you do not have some form of life insurance, I don't care if it's just 50,000. Start off at 50,000. You're paying $20 a month. I don't care what the hell it is. Get yourself some life insurance. The number one thing that caused Black people to fall behind white people, property ownership to pass on to the next generation. And we know that it was because of them setting us up, a redlining and all that. I got it. Property ownership and life insurance policies. Because even when we did have the policies, at one point in time, they weren't fulfilling the policies. So we couldn't keep up with white people because they wouldn't let us buy the quality houses. And then when we did get a little bit of life insurance policies in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, they were not fulfilling the obligation of the policy. So the mothers, a lot of time, and the children were losing out, even though dad paid on that policy. Well, it's a different day today, bruh. That era has passed. Get you some type of coverage, man. And I live in another country. So I've got coverage in the United States and I've got policy coverage here in Colombia. So if you're in another country, I do not want to hear that excuse, well, I'll get it when I get back to America. I don't live in America and I got the same MetLife life insurance company that I use that I was using in the United States. No excuse. No excuse. No excuse. That, I kid you not, bro. That right there, if y'all want to see behind the scenes of Love Crossing Borders, that one right there, I do not play with. I do not play with. I'm tired of seeing family members and friends mamas. We all got to do a GoFundMe or a church fundraiser from sister so-and-so. She was faithful to the church, but she never got life insurance policy. She was putting money in the church year in, year out, never missed tithing, always giving to the church. But when it came to paying towards a life insurance policy, sister so-and-so did not even have a policy. Brother so-and-so was a deacon in the church for 25 years. Faithful tithing. He was faithful at helping the kids on the basketball court and on the football field. But when he passed on, he had no insurance policy for his burial and for his family and for his future. After all he did for that church, he didn't take care of his family. And I promised myself, I am not going to be one of them Christians that go out like that. I am not going to be one of them Christians, bro. I kid you not. My family going to have money to pay for the cremation. Why? You ain't getting buried, Dre? Nope, I'm doing cremation. Why? I already told Andrea, I want to be cremated. Do not put me in one spot. I'm a verb, not a noun. I am a verb. I'm there, I'm in, I'm around, I'm through, I'm over, I'm under. I'm a verb, man. I'm not a noun. Nouns get put in one place, okay? Verbs, we're action words. I say, I want to be cremated, take my urn, go out to, I don't care if it's off the coast of Cartagena. I don't care if the coast of Costa Rica, the coast of Panama, or the coast of Florida. I don't care if it's off the coast of South Africa or the coast of Chile or Peru. Take my ashes out and scatter them in the waters so my ashes can do what I do, travel. I want my ashes to travel. Do not put me in one location. You know I'm not a man of one location anyway. I've lived in several cities and several states. I've lived and traveled to several countries. When I die, the journey does not have to stop. When we die, we're all pure energy anyway. Energy does not die. Any energy is just transferred. So take my ashes, get your butt on somebody's boat, and just pour them out. I don't care if you rent a boat, I don't care if it's a cruise ship. I don't care if it's a fishing boat. I don't care if it's a canoe. Do not spread my ashes out on land. Take my ashes and spread them out in the ocean so they can separate and continue to travel as long as they're oceans. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to D. Kirk. Crypto Dragon in the building. He says this. He says, same Dre. Over water for me. Yes, sir. Don't put me in the ground, man. I'm a verb, man. I am a verb. You ain't got to worry about visiting my tombstone. None of that. Nouns need tombstones. Noun needs to be in one spot. Y'all can come visit that one spot because that's a noun. I'm a verb. I'm an action word. I'm on my way to becoming an adjective. I mean an adverb. In, around, through, near, by, over, under. I'm on my way to becoming an adverb. Seriously. Yeah, throw me in the ocean. He said, I'm the same way, Dre. Yeah, I kid you not. That's exactly how I am. He said, but wait a minute. In Africa, do the grooms pay for the bride? I don't know. I'm not in Africa. I believe there is a bride price. I do believe that in many cultures. I do believe that. He said, y'all brothers, try a treasury with digital commodities. That's absolutely true. Stop playing with your wealth in this new economy. That is so true, bro. And my brother Zeta says this till we go back to the video. Zeta says, he said, facts, Dre, black folks do not get life insurance policies or buy property, nor do they understand investments. Man, listen, I kid you not. As soon as I got married, I called Fidelity and I called Vanguard and I said, upon my demise, what does my wife have to do? I say, do I have to put her on it? Is it like a beneficiary? Like Vanguard said, no, you don't have to do that. All she has to do is just send us proof of marriage and we'll make sure that she gets, we'll take it from there. Fidelity says, yes, we have a part where it says, do you want a beneficiary? So I've taken care of all that. Kid y'all not, man. F that. F that. Out of all things, man, I just got tired. And I think my mother's death was the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I said, no, I am not going out like this. I am not going out with just a little bit of insurance that barely ain't covering nothing. And so now we got to have everybody's gonna put in 1,000 here and 500 there and this amount of money here and da 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 da. And then I'm the one that got to make the obituary. I can't even be sad because I gotta look at my mother's photos. I can't get custom obituaries made. I gotta look at my mother's, go through all her photos. I don't get a chance to mourn. I have yet to mourn my own mother's death because while everybody else is crying, I had to be serious and take care of this, take care of that. We got all her mail and all her paperwork and all her stuff out to try to find more insurance policies. Nothing in there. I said, I am not going out like black people do. So if I pass on right now, you guys will not have to worry. Y'all might have an initial fundraiser for Andrea in a sense of like, if you need anything, Andrea, we got your back. Here's a little something to show you our appreciation for Dre. You could do that. But as far as like Andrea ain't having no money, she ain't got to worry about that. That's one thing I promise. She ain't got to worry about that. Listen, I'm so passionate about that. I'm like Ronin Travelers. I am passionate about that. That insurance is no joke. He said, still the tax, he said, I'm dipping in somebody's conversation. Let me not dip in somebody's conversation. Shout out to JC in the building. He said, good evening, Dre. He said, excellent analysis on the insurance game. So true stand on business. So true stand on business. He said, the American religious system do not help its members. That is a good point, brother. He said in most black churches, they just did a I don't know if it was a black girl or a white girl. I think it was a white girl. She actually was a news reporter. She reached out to 30 churches across the country. Some Catholic, some Protestant, some non-denominational, some large churches, some small churches. She asked for one thing: 2 cans of baby formula. That's all she wanted. It was an experiment. Do you know, out of 30 churches, mega churches, small churches, normal sized churches, Catholic churches, Baptist churches, non-denominational, 2 churches were willing to send her the money for 2 containers of baby formula. Now, she ain't got no kids, but she wanted to do a write-up on the hypocrisy of the churches in general when it comes to economics and the money that we put in. The mega churches and give her the Joe Osteens and the Creflo Dollar size churches and give her nothing. She said one was a Catholic church and one was a non-denominational church. She said, but all the other 28 churches across the country basically said, no, we ain't got it. He said, I have $1 million in life insurance policy plan. I don't blame you. Yep, Creflo, all them mega churches, man, they showing no love. He said, I told my people, if I leave this earth at any time, don't bury me, spread my ashes across the land. That's right. And donate me to science. Absolutely correct. He said Muslims were stepping up to help her. Oh, were they? That's good. That's real good. But I know the Christian churches were not doing what they were supposed to do. He said, God forbid if something happens to you, Dre, then Love Crossing Borders will continue to move forward with Andre. Yeah, oh yeah, with Andre. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, Creflo needed another private plane. That's true. Ronan says this, gentlemen, life insurance is great, but tie it to your trust. Absolutely correct. That's my next step right there. Absolutely correct. Tie everything into the trust. Yep. Put all your assets in the trust. It will direct your wishes on everything you have. Absolutely correct. I was watching Michael Jackson's interview of his kids. They were like, what do the kids do? Like, you know, the daughter is like a model and, you know, an influencer. The other son, he just does fundraisers. Like the youngest, I think the oldest boy, he does fundraisers and things like that. Prince, he does fundraisers and he's kind of like a community activist type of guy, like a work on, you know, helping the earth atmosphere type of guy, you know, just one of those hippie type dudes, just real cool, real nice young man. The daughter, she's a model and an actress. And the last one, Blanket, but I forgot what his real name is. And they were talking about his trust from his dad. He just lives a regular, everyday going to Walmart life. He's just a regular, you would not even know that this is Michael Jackson's son, because he just lives in a regular house in California. Nothing spectacular, nothing, you know, I'm not Mr. Baller. He just walks around in regular, you know, outfits, regular shorts, nothing special about him. He does not, they say he only shows up to family events. He doesn't show up to like red carpet events, but every blue moon, but it has to be like a red carpet family event where the family comes together. He said, other than that, you don't see Blanket. He said he just wants a regular life. He ain't looking for that. And Michael made sure that he put everything in the trust for his family. That's what my point is. He made sure that he didn't just use attorneys to get famous and buy record labels, records rights, but he also made sure that he had a trust. He said insurance was the hardest part about getting the CFP classes. Oh, I can imagine that. He said, absolutely. Creflo Dollar's wife contacted the authorities, leading to his arrest by the Atlanta police on charges of DV. I remember that happening. I remember that happened with Creflo. Zeta says that's why people keep money because of low key and not flashing money or being addicted to fame. Yep. So other than the daughter, and she's not out there too much, but other than the daughter, the boys are really low key. Look what happened to Charlie Kirk. Yep. When he passed on, his wife had to take over the company. That's true. That's so true. And Ronan says this before we go back to the video. Ronan says this. Also, you need a living trust that would, we need to have an episode on the each steps of doing this, from the insurance policies to the investments to the trust to the living trust. We need to do an episode on that, Ronan. That would be very helpful for a lot of us. He said, also, you need a living trust that will in the event you be in a coma. I've got that, by the way. He said it gives the executor, the ability to handle your assets and maintain your bills instead of random family members. That is so true. Somebody's got to have the power of attorney. That's absolutely correct. Okay, so like we were saying earlier, this guy is complaining because his woman was saying, now it's time to get serious about our relationship. And he didn't understand what serious was, I guess. Let's bring it back just a little bit.
And rules and shit didn't work out. And then once we got married, it started to be like stipulations and rules and shit didn't work out. And it was more fun before I got married. So I got a thing against marriage. I think it's like overrated.
Entitlement.
Yeah, it was like you start trying to think you could tell me what to do. Like before we got married, we was traveling, having fun. And then we got married and it was like, she got like more serious. It started to be like, those questions on the first date, like, so where do you see yourself at in 5 years? What's your plan? And what's your...
She was asking you that.
She was asking it before, but she got really more on it after the marriage.
There's way more at risk now. Now you guys got to be serious.
But now you're not fun no more. Now the number two is like, she don't care about that shit. What we doing? Where we going?
Of course she doesn't. She don't live with you.
She's not
kind of
legally tied to you.
When I got divorced, she remarried and had a baby within the first year of the divorce. And I did the house. I got a kid with her in New Orleans. Like some women just want to be married. It looks better. Okay. But for me, it wasn't fun. I want to have fun.
So when
it get too serious, I'm cool.
This the funny part. Yeah, he acts like a fucking kid, bro. I've been working on my cousin for the night. He acts like a kid, bro, for real. After the divorce, got her pregnant. That's how stupid that is. After the divorce, got her pregnant. And now, but I got her a house and he's paying child support. So all the things that you would have did for her in a marriage, you are doing for her. That's how stupid that sounds, man. All the things that you would have done for her anyway in a marriage, giving her a child, providing a roof in a home, making sure the child is well taken care of. You're doing it anyway. But now you got to do it by courts outside them. That's, oh my God, man. Black men, we got to get it together. We got to get it together. You wait until you divorce her to get her pregnant. You wait until you divorce her to give her a home, buy her a house. You wait until you get her pregnant. Now you got to pay child support. And now you can only see your child when the courts. You was upset that the courts were involved in your marriage, but now you got to accept the courts being involved in your child support. Well, y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. This is a Pookie extraordinaire, bro. Remember when I mentioned to you guys before? I see when I'm putting these videos together, I watch the beginning part to make sure that it gels with our theme for the night. I don't watch a whole video. So a lot of times I'm seeing stuff for the first time with you guys. That's why I'm kind of like reacting the way that I'm reacting, because I hadn't heard this before. Goodness, great house. Yep, bass backwards, doing it backwards. Shout out to my brother, the African Wolf, in the building. Say, nah. He said, don't lump all us with this Pookie. Yes, sir. Pookies need to get it together, man. Seriously. Kitty People says this. He said, AB, Dub love to complain. So let's build up a brothel. I guess that they'll complain about that too. They complain about that too, man. Goodness gracious, how dumb can you be? He said these dudes like this that make serious men in marriages look like a joke. Is guys out here that really want commitment. And that's the sad part. The us dudes that are serious dudes, they make us look bad. He said, whoa, Dre, he say, what's this dope got to do with us for real? Hey, my bad, kind sirs, my bad, gentlemen. I know there's a difference between the ninjas and the black men, and this here is a ninja. He said, that ain't a black. Yes, sir, I agree with you.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
I kid you not. Goodness gracious, man. Goodness gracious. Got her a house, but you got to pay child support because you got her pregnant after you divorced her. And then when this apart before we go back, but then when we tell women, y'all get pregnant by these pookies that are irresponsible. You chose them. You stayed with them. You spread your legs and your seed for these men. They want to blame him. They want to blame these dudes. Well, he was irresponsible. No, you stayed. Even after the divorce, you stayed. You kept your legs open. You kept your seeds open. And so any dude that date her, here we go with the stepdad scenario. Any dude that dates her gotta deal with this dude for 18 to 25 to 30 years. He is the perfect example why being a stepdad is a bad deal, because some of these biological dads are dumb as heck, bruh. Some of these stepdads are dudes that you wouldn't want your partner as in real life, would you? He wouldn't be a dude that you would hang out with in real life, right? And you got to be stuck with this type of personality that in real life you wouldn't even tolerate, but because you love this chick with this kid, you got to tolerate this type of dude here for the rest of your life. That's what makes being a stepdad, for in many cases, not all cases, but in many cases, a bad deal, man. Got to be stuck with this moron for the rest of your life because you in love with the chick and the child. It ain't worth it. He said, exactly. They stay even when the red flags showing, and don't blame him. The ladies you stayed, it wasn't smart enough to keep your legs closed. That is facts.
Did the marriage for her?
Yeah, and I wanted to try it. I'm with trying shit. Pause, you know. It wasn't all what it was cracked up to be.
Did you have a kid before y'all got married, or you had a kid after y'all got married?
Before, but the marriage shit. Wait, it was like, I'm saying, it got boring. It wasn't like the girl that used to jump on the plane and come with me somewhere, and we could go to the fuck the money up. It sounds immature, but she got really, really, really responsible. shit ran me away, man.
How long were you married?
7 years, but she would say 3 because I was coming in and out of town. I wasn't there all the time. So this has happened in New Orleans, but I'm from New York. So
she's from New Orleans?
She's from New Orleans. So like my uncle hooked me up with his baby mother's cousin. It went
That's
like
some
that.
down south shit.
Yeah. But she was perfect on paper, like the way she looked.
It's like Brian and Luca.
She was a lawyer. She was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't fun. It was fun.
I mean, but real life
should be fun. And if you,
I don't know, when your bills come, you be like, wait to pay this code. Yes.
No. That I feel like, you know.
This mortgage.
Life.
No, I get it. I feel like once it start getting too serious, you start showing that life is really getting the best of you.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, check out the full episode on YouTube. All the full episodes are there, so check it out.
So the man who posted that video is clearly going viral because his girlfriend finally proposes to him after they've been dating for so many years. There was a huge red flag in this video that I saw in the comments. Somebody said he turned around and he pretended that he didn't even see her bending down on one knee. He like looked over her, he looked that way, and then finally he was like, oh, what are you doing down there? As if he didn't just read an Easter egg that said, will you marry me? The girlfriend was super excited, and you know the comments did not disappoint. The comments were saying that he has to be DL, that she's way too pretty for that why didn't anybody else at the function tell her to get up? Now, I do support women. I am a huge girl's girl, but I cannot support a woman diminish herself and allow herself to chase a man to this extent. I also don't like how there was nobody around her who stopped her before they even got to this point and told her, honey, this is not a good idea. If a man loves you, if a man wants to be with you, he is going to propose. You do not have to throw hints. You do not have to share Facebook posts. None of that. If a man does not propose to you, he does not want to marry you. And if you propose to him, you are going to see the consequences sooner than later. So please, girls, if there's a woman in your life who would ever crosses her mind to propose to a man, talk her out of it. You have to talk her out of it. This is not okay. Like, this is one of those things that needs to stay traditional for the whole, until the fucking earth explodes, okay? God made the man to be dominant, to be a leader, and if you have to do this, this is not the man that God wants for you. Even if you don't believe in God, love yourself enough to know that you should be in your feminine energy and never have to resort to this type of behavior. Now, I'm not even going to bash the women too much. Like, maybe they have their own dynamic. Maybe she knows that he's like goes both ways and she's okay with it. So maybe they're both feminine in their relationship, and maybe this is something they've discussed before, but let's not normalize this. Let's not ever normalize this.
Just wanted to come up here and give you guys the update and let y'all know that we are now proposing.
She said, let's not normalize this. Let's not ever normalize this, right? We did this last time. We're going to do it this time. We did this last time. We're going to do this time. She says, let's not normalize this ever. Doesn't matter what she says. Because what God says, this is going to be normal. Isaiah chapter 4, like you guys often hear me quote, verse 1. Let me see if I can pull it up right here. Make it even larger. Okay. And in that day, meaning the final days, 7 women. Now she said, I hope this don't never get normalized. But God says in that day, in the other translation said, in the last or final days, 7 women shall take hold of how many men? Did it say 7 women will wait on one man? Did it say 7 women will wait on 7 men? No, it says 7 women. God says 7 women shall take hold, shall desire, shall want, shall compete for. 7 women, and they will say, we, the 7 women, we will eat our own bread. We'll have our own money, our own houses, our own income. We'll have our own careers. We'll have our own bread. And you ain't got to pay for no clothes because we're going to have our own clothes. All 7 women. That's what the Bible says going to happen. These proposals will become more and more. The Bible says 7 women on average going to be going to one man. Y'all think that it's a lot of women asking men now. The Bible says 7 women going to be hitting up dudes. You know how the world is now, where women just throw away proposals, like on Kevin Samuels. Kevin used to ask them, how many times have you ever been proposed to? And some women say 7 times, 3 times, 4 times, 6 times they've been proposed to. Why didn't you accept any of those proposals? Remember Kevin Samuels used to say that? It's going to be the opposite in the future. In the future, women are going to be coming in masses, according to the Bible, to ask you men, you quality men, not everybody, but you quality men. And they're going to say, baby, I got my own money. I got my own career. I got my own job. I got my own investments. And I got my own clothes. You ain't got to spoil me with no Birkin bag. I got my own Birkin bag. You ain't got to get me no red bottoms. I got my own red bottoms. This is what we need for you to do for us. The Bible says this. The only thing that they want this one man to do, let us. They didn't say let me, let us be called by your name. These women are going to be competing for your last name and take away our reproach. And what is the reproach of a woman? Not having kids and not being married. Throughout the Bible, that was the reproach of a woman. Many women throughout the Bible prayed to God, prayed for what? They prayed for a man, and many women prayed, God, please give me a child. I'm the only one in my village that ain't got a child. You are the God of Israel. You're the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Please give me a child. Those women are going to be coming to one man to get a last name and to get a baby, to take away that reproach. Because women feel like if they don't have any kids, when they're trying to have kids, when they really want to have kids, is not a good thing. I'm not talking about the women that don't want to have kids. I'm talking about when a woman wants to have children. That's a reproach to them, at least in the Bible. at least in the Bible. That's serious. Shout out to Colby in the building. He said if she didn't want me in her prime, I don't care if it's 7 of them. He said, I don't want her in her decline. That's a good point. Keep your proposal. Post a wall chick for the post-wall chicks. That's true. Let them compete. Sprinkle, sprinkle. For real. That's why when she said, don't never let this be a normal thing. I'm like, baby, the Bible says it's about to get normal. I'm sorry. The Bible says that 7 women go come after one dude. I'm sorry, baby. This is going to get normal. This is going to get normal. Y'all ain't got to worry about nothing else getting normal. But this one, yes, it is.
As in, we ladies are now proposing to men.
Somebody's shout out to Kobe. He said, we say, no, I'm good. I'm actually leaving the country soon, so I'm good. I'm with you on that one, Kobe. He said they'll be proposing to dudes that's already married. That's true. That's true.
We are proposing to men because we decided to spend 14 years in a relationship with them and give birth to 4 kids and get on our knees. Get a woman gets on her knees to a man. First of all, last week we were just dragging bills with men, saying that we want to be submissive providers as per want to be Proverbs 31 woman. We want to be paying the bills for our man because we shouldn't have to wait for no man. And then we are now proposing to man. So what is now the role of the man? I don't like the fact that we are getting comfortable casing our desperation on this app. I don't care if it's rage baits. I don't care if it's to make money for said wedding. It's stupid. It's ridiculous and it's desperate and it's just nasty work. So as a woman now, you will get down on one knee. You will get down on your knees. Opposed to a man?
I wanted to ask you something.
You want to ask me something?
Yes.
What the fuck?
So you married?
Are you being funny?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah, I would love to marry.
Shut the fuck
up! Yeah, I would love. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Well, it doesn't fit you fully, but yeah.
I know for me, I never want to get married again. That's not even anything that.
How many times have you been married?
Just once.
Oh, okay.
One was good enough for me. I learned I'm like a kid with a hot stove. I burned myself once. I'm Gucci. So I'll never, not to say my.
So are you honest with women about
She
that?
did not. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm very clear about
That's
that.
good.
Like, from the very beginning. You will never have to guess with me. I am very honest. I will always say, this is not what I want. This is what I want. I don't want any more kids, and I do not want to get married.
Okay.
What is that?
I'm just saying, okay.
Nah, that okay was.
I think if you meet the right person, you guys are aligned to be together, you will get.
It's funny that women really believe that fantasy that they have in their head that doesn't exist in our head. Men don't talk like that. You'll never, dude, I'm married. Do y'all ever notice that I'm probably one of the most anti-married dudes that y'all watch on YouTube? I don't be telling dudes, hey man, y'all need to come to Colombia, be like me, all these wives out here. You ain't never heard me say nothing like that. I know you dudes say that y'all ain't gonna get married, but man, you go come out, man, the right one gonna make you change. You ain't gonna never hear me say no trash like that. Women think like that. Men don't think like that. Men are like, if I meet her, I meet her. If I don't, and I'm not, I might meet her, but I may not be in a place where I want to get married at that time period. I mean, I might meet her at 25, but she just gonna have to be the one that got away because I ain't ready at 25. I might meet her at 55. But I've been married before and I just got divorced 2 years ago and I don't feel like getting married yet. I might want to get married at 60, but at 55, and I've only been divorced since I was 53, I need some time to myself. So yeah, we might meet somebody, but men already know there's a timing for everything too. It ain't about me just meeting a good person. Is it time for me to marry that good person? Women don't think about stuff like that. They just think she's a good woman, she's the one, so you should go ahead and marry her. Nah, she good. She cool people. She a good situationship. She's a fun girl. She's a wonderful woman. She makes me laugh. But I'm not about to jump the broom with this woman just because she can crack a few jokes. Yeah, they want us to be on that Disney with them. Yeah, from the movies from the 90s. Too many rom-coms. He said the right person line is hilarious. Yeah, that's hilarious because they always try to throw that in your face. Zeta says, hey, they became the men they wanted. You go, Queens. You got this. Yay, Queens. Y'all got it. Y'all good. Y'all don't need us. Remember what y'all said? We don't need no man. Hey, okay, go, cool. We'll get our passports and go to the women that say they want men. That's crazy. We'll try to convince that man otherwise.
I want. This is what I want. I don't want any more kids, and I do not want to get married.
Okay.
What is that?
I'm just saying, okay.
Nah, that okay was.
I think if you meet the right person, like the right person, you guys are aligned to be together, you will get married.
You know what women do? I noticed this. They prey their hopes on other people. I noticed that about women. Same thing with the Meg Thee Stallion situation, right? Same thing with the Meg Thee Stallion situation. The reason why women are so adamant about Meg Thee Stallion, how she was done and blah, 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 because they really thought if a 304 like Meg could find a man and Sierra could get a man, if those 304s can get a man, then maybe we can get one too. Same thing in this scenario with this young lady. If a woman could convince this brother who she talking to marry them, this sister thinking, maybe I could talk somebody into marrying me. They always project their little fantasies on everybody else and don't think that we see it. Whether it be their fantasy for themselves or for another woman. AMSM says this. He says, Dre, you in Colombia? He said, leave the hot girl commentary alone. I will, my friend. I will. He said, women think that if it makes sense to F me, everybody else. Yep. They really do, man. Zeta says the Women Project. Shout out to E Breezy in the building as well. He said the Women Project all the time, like seriously look at them, and they tend to try to vicariously, and that's the key word, vicariously live through other women's. It's delusional. Yep, absolutely correct. You guys called it the Women Project. Esco says this. He said they think that they can replicate the result. You guys are calling it. You guys are calling it. They think they can replicate the results with none of the advantages of the women they're looking to. Yeah, they ain't got to be like the women they're looking to, but they think they can replicate the same results. That's an excellent point. Shout out to Theo being in the building. He said, I enjoy watching these women become He said, I love it. Pulling out the big bowl of popcorn. I love watching them becoming old and alone?
I don't think so.
Well,
and the reason being is because marriage doesn't hold the same value to me as it may other people.
you okay? Yeah.
So for me, like marriage is
You've
just
already
like a piece of
experienced
paper. Like I don't mind being in a monogamous relationship. We can live together. We can do life together. We can grow together. We can have joint accounts. We'll do everything that looks like marriage on paper, except for the ceremony. 'Cause I just feel like
Is it the process?
you know,
The marriage that
Woman is currently going viral for proposing to her daddy at her 7th baby shower. Here is the proposal, and here she is getting down on one knee while heavily pregnant in front of her king to let him know that it's time to make an honest woman out of her. No, I'm not sure if all 7 kids belong to them together, but it doesn't seem so. This is the woman who proposed to her baby daddy, Nicole Marie, on Facebook. She has been clapping back all day long. Let's read her caption about her proposal. So, a woman proposing to a man is desperate and a pick-me, yes, but a lot of y'all watching y'all baby daddies, other baby mamas, pages in shambles. Let's pause here. Ladies, I need y'all to stop assuming that all women have baby daddies. Please. She then goes on to say that a lot of women are fighting over and that no other woman beside her has found a man who is worth proposing to. I feel like if he was actually worth his, what do I know? Ladies, you might believe that a baby is a bigger commitment than a marriage, but guess what men believe? Men will not hesitate to get you pregnant because it costs them nothing. But they will hesitate to marry you because it will cost them something. And Nicole Marie, come on, your baby daddy is one of the demographics. We already know that they don't care about leaving their kids behind. You can tell that her little caption is just her trying to make herself feel better about having baby after baby after baby with a man who does not value family building or commitment. And even if he said yes out of embarrassment and put that ring on his finger, he's not going to marry you, because if he wanted to marry you, he would have done that a few kids ago. I've actually heard quite a few women in my lifetime say, oh, I don't want to be a baby mama, I want to be a wife after having kids. And I'm not saying it's not possible, but you and I both know that the men that y'all like are not going to make you wives. Ladies, if you want certain things for your life, make them so, and stop going on a ride with these men who mean you no good. This is them after the proposal, by the way. The facial expressions are what was getting me right now. Do y'all think he said yes? And would you propose to your baby daddy at your baby shower? Sound off in the comments.
We're back in Africa. This is not just an American thing. We're back in Africa again. You know, Africa, they do the double knees. The ladies just don't get on one knee. They get on both knees.
I don't like
Say yes now. Show this side from here. She's begging. Say yes. Just yes. Please now. Just say yes. Yes. Say yes now. Please now.
Today is the day I proposed to my boyfriend with a £1 ring. And no, it's not a red flag that he hasn't proposed yet. I'm 21, leave me alone. Having said that, I do want him to hurry up. So I've taken matters in hand, and now we're here. Every time I go to do it, I just get too nervous. But today is our final day, so it's now or never. I planned to do it in the helicopter. Helicopter cancelled. It took us like 2 hours to get there, and it cancelled as we were at the door. So I did some thinking over dinner. Quick side note, look at that cheese pull. And I thought, we're in New York, what's more classic than a Times Square proposal? So I forced in there, you wanted to go home? I said, no, we're going to Times Square. And I popped the question. If you want to see his reaction, go watch my video.
We are back with more signs of a shut up ring. Coming in hot at number 1, you proposing to the guy. I mean, If he wanted to, he would. I'm trying to save you all from this girlfriend to forever stay pipeline. Please, please
Look at my
listen.
man standing there, hands on his shoulders. I mean, hands on his hips. He like, why are you here in my hallway? I was upstairs watching the football game in my shorts. He dressed like he on chill mode at the house after a long day of work. Here she come from the other side of the city with flowers. I'm telling y'all, according to the Bible, each one of you dudes need to get ready for 7 women that's going to come your way.
There are only 3 ways it can ever end if you propose to a man. Number 1, and this is the most common, he is going to say no and embarrass you in front of everyone, because if he wanted to marry you, he would have asked. So please, don't let this happen to you. This is happening in multiple of these videos. So this woman just sadly rejected in front of this whole crowd of people. He literally tells her to get up and tells people to turn the music on to cover up this very embarrassing moment. Here's another such scenario. I mean, the guy is visibly embarrassed. You know, he's pulling back. It's not really that whatever, really trying to play this whole thing off. A guy, because he's so embarrassed in these cases as well. But then the relationship never goes anywhere. This is the girlfriend to forever.
My man closed the box. He closed that box right back up.
Beyonce pipeline in action. You know, this guy takes the ring, but he said no to start with. He was like, no, why are you doing this? This is embarrassing. And then he goes ahead and puts it on. And it's just like, okay, but I would love to see where this ended up happening. I mean, even the commenters say this was hard to watch. Red flag, no was his first answer. Save yourself, human to watch. I mean, it's not just me. Everybody's kind of in agreement here. So in the case that he does say yes, one of 2 things will happen. Either you'll be a forever fiance, or he'll marry you, but he won't be that excited about it. You know, a lot of women, the proposals that they themselves want, you know, they give him the romance, the tenderness, care, the consideration that they wanted to receive from the man. And they feel like if somebody in the relationship does it, hey, I accomplished my goal. I got we can move forward. Because the common denominator is most of these relationships have been going on forever. I mean, check out what this one has to say.
Basically, me and my boyfriend have been together for 12 years.
12 years. The one in the first video, 5 years. Another one also in 10 years and 7 years. Baby, he's been with you just as long as you've been with him. If in a decade he hasn't figured out he wants to marry you, it's because he doesn't. And some women say, well, what if we haven't been together that long? What if it's only been a year or 2? And what if he was planning to propose to me? Why can't I be excited about my man? Well, let me tell you what happens in those cases. I wish I could have found the video. But a couple years back, one of the Miss America contestants proposed to her boyfriend backstage when she came off. And the guy looked so taken aback. Why? Because he was planning to propose to her. And then after, she goes back out and performs or something. So basically, he ends up re-proposing to her, but he was like very upset and clearly disappointed because he had this whole thing planned. He wanted to propose to her, and I guess not at that time because he didn't want to shine away from her. But yeah, if he wanted to propose to you, if he's actually going to propose to you, you're stealing his special moment. Men who are excited about you can't wait to down on one knee. So don't rob him of the moment. And the thing is, if it's been a long time, he was not going to propose. Women, we think we're being slick. You think you're going to chivvy the relationship along. You're not. All you're going to do is force things to a head. It's okay to leave. If he's never going to be the one, if he's never going to be as excited about you as you deserve, it's fine. Just run. You deserve someone who adores you, who can't plan a special proposal for you. I actually had a ton more points, but of course now I've run out of time. So if you want more, like and follow for more.
You think you want to get married one day?
No, marriage is not for me. You know what I mean? The custom and it's not a good business move for me. You know what I mean? But I am all for, you know,
not a good business.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to marry, you know, well, first of all, let me just say, you know what I mean? To be able go and sign an agreement, you know what I mean, to the courthouse to validate my love or to validate how I'm gonna show up in your life. Like, it just doesn't equate to the type of love that I have to give.
Some people feel like for legal purposes, like if something happens to somebody.
Yeah, that's already
to know-
protecting you. I mean, I don't know. You know, that's not how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't raised, you know, in a home where it was like marriage, you know, was a status symbol. You know, love is none of those things that it is for the idea of marriage for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the real reason why it, you know, and even in the business, you know, aspect, you know, to really wealthy men, you know what I'm saying, that have amassed, you know, billions, you know, that is their worst business move.
You do a prenup?
Yeah, I mean,
Have you always felt that way? Like all of your young adult and into.
Well, I never grew up seeing a marriage really work like happily. You know what I mean? I've always just seen people put up with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
so
agree
it's
with
like
that.
marriage
Not
ain't
a
even
couple,
like.
not a lot. I was like more people kind of like, I think, stay married because they feel like it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Or they got married because of a reason, or they're that happy.
That's what I'm saying. And I
got
would
married
never,
really young.
I would never do that to myself. I would never be with somebody that I don't like. That's just torture. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that I don't vibe with, somebody I don't love. I do not even want to like share the same bed with you for real.
But you could be with somebody forever. Just you don't feel like you have to get married.
Nah. We won't.
Could you be monogamous, like with one person?
I feel like I could want to be. I feel like I could want to be.
Good answer.
Yeah, I feel like I could want to be.
I was strive
I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, no, I feel like I could want to be, but if I'm being honest, like, I don't know, in the physical aspect, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know that one woman has made me feel like just on a mental and a physical level, like, damn, I don't even need nothing else. Like, I've never felt like that. You know what I'm saying? No
You
woman.
think it's possible?
For sure.
Yeah, maybe when you get older.
Yeah, maybe. But you know what I mean?
When you get it out your system.
I don't know. You know, I'm pretty, you know, sound in my energy. You know what I mean? It's, you know, for a woman to have to deal with me, you know, she got to be a special type of woman, you know, that deals with energy in a way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll see. But, you know, I really feel like the true definition of love is acceptance. And, you know, for me, a relationship is about that. So it's like, I want to be chosen to be loved in that way. I don't want to be like, yeah, we together, you love me, I love you, and that's what it is. Like, I want her to be like, I don't fuck what this do. He can't do nothing but love me because that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn, what are you gonna do to that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As long as it ain't toxic, you know what I'm saying? And as long as it's authentic and it really comes with, you know, those kind of intentions, then that's a love that I want for sure. That's a love that I'll keep. You know what I mean?
And that you're married?
And that I will.
What if she has more than you as a business arrangement? Like, let's just say that she's wealthy.
Yeah, for sure.
Tons of money.
Okay.
Then that's a good.
Yeah, for sure.
Then you'll get married.
No, I wouldn't get married. No, baby. Excuse me. Let me beep. It ain't about the cheese. Okay. Yeah. Let me beep because it ain't about the cheese. The cheese, you know, just a means. Yeah, you know, it's just a means to be able to say, hey, look, meet me in, you know, Bali. Meet me here, meet me there. You know, but for the most part, you know what I mean? I want to be supportive. You know what I mean? Even if there are business ideas, because I feel like whoever, you know, I end up with, she'll have great ideas too. So it's like, yo, if we, you know, poly in and she like, yo, baby, we need to da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, all right, I'll put up half. Like, I would love to do that with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really exercising the value of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested in stuff like that. If she got more bands, you know, because of her family or something like that, or just
herself,
or her hard work. You know what I mean?
Or OnlyFans.
Now,
what?
You pushing it now, Angela?
Now,
give him a shot.
Now,
that's business.
Now, you know, everybody got their own thing. You know, currency chasing. That's a Tupac line. Yeah, but hey, you know, to each his reach. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that would particularly be my, you know, definitely something to have fun with. You know what I mean? But maybe not, you know, the end all be all, you know, and I hate no women that have that hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's just energetically different. You know what I mean? For someone like me, you know.
If there's one thing I learned from this Christmas is that there are way more women proposing to men than I ever would have imagined. And trust me, I am a girl's girl. I'm all for supporting you. So I support you not doing that. I have yet to see a reaction from a man that is genuine or appreciative or like wanting to get married. Now listen, like, I love you guys. I want you to be happy, but some of y'all are dating pure fucking hobos. Like, and it is obvious. And this is coming from somebody who was in a 9-year relationship with somebody who literally, I would have sworn, hated my fucking guts. And I held on for dear fucking life. I even told him I wanted a ring. And literally, we took pictures for him to propose to me. But I had like basically planned the whole thing. I was in my 20s and we had a baby and everything like that. I deleted those pictures because that's fucking cringy. And thank God we didn't get married. Thank God, because the best thing I ever did was separate myself from that relationship. We're still very close. We co-parent as close as possible. We, try to keep our son's best interest.
So she stayed around with him long enough not to get married, but to get knocked up. You can't make this mess up, man. You cannot make this mess up. She stayed around long enough not to get married, but to get knocked up. But yet and still, she said these type of men are hobos. So you got knocked up by a hobo. You stayed around all those years just so you get knocked up by a hobo. Yep, keyword was. And they had a child. Y'all caught that, right? So I'm not the only one. Bass backwards. Seriously. Bass backwards. Yep, she want to call him homosexual, but yet she was able to give him the most precious thing that she had to offer a man. A child. These women here.
Or at least I do. But you guys, listen, take it from somebody who was desperate for that family unit, so desperate for that love. You are worth more than that. Do not get down on your fucking knee and propose to that man. It is the bare minimum. It is the least they can do for you. And half of them they're trying to take pictures and stuff, and the men don't even want to take a fucking picture with you. Now, obviously, this maybe doesn't go for everybody. Maybe your man jumped up and down for fucking joy and screeched and yelped and cried. Good for you. I wish you guys nothing but the best. But please, God, if your man has not proposed to you and you're feeling like you need to propose to him and he's showing signs of total lack of interest, please see that. See it, hear it, view it, and love yourself. Give yourself the fucking gift of self-love and self-respect this holiday season.
So I came across this post that said we should normalize women proposing to men. Would you ever be okay with a woman proposing to you as a man? And ladies, would you ever propose to a man? I'm sorry, sis, but I would never. Let me say this clearly. A woman should not have to propose to a man. Not because she's not worthy, not because she's old-fashioned, but because a man who truly wants to marry you won't need to be asked. Marriage is a surprise. It's a decision. And when he's ready, he will move with intention. Look, I'm not proposing because if it's been that long, it's not confusion, it's hesitation. And I need to figure out why the hesitation is there. So y'all know I need to know. Would you propose, ladies, fellas? You okay with that? What y'all think about that?
Sky and badly. I think. I'm all about things being non-traditional, but
This dude.
not proposals. I'm like,
This is the first time she met him face to face. He doesn't even know shit that he's there. I'm going to bring this back.
Ladies, fellas, you okay? What y'all think about that?
with Sky and badly.
Met online 10 days.
I think.
Chatted video chat. Doesn't know I'm here in this city.
I'm all about things being non-traditional, but not proposals. I'm like,
10 days.
uh-oh.
Profile.
This is going intently, girl.
I just checked his Snapchat location. Okay. And
What do you
he's
guys
arrived.
think?
He's arrived. So he's arrived. So proud of you. Oh my god.
Y'all think women should propose? And
Good girl. There he is. There he is.
Over the past week, I've seen 3 women.
Bruh. Baby, you met me online. You met me online 10 days ago. Do you not realize how many women online I am talking to right now? You know how many people I've swiped and talked to when I got off the phone with you? You know how I got a dinner date tonight scheduled. I got a dinner date with one chick, and I already got it scheduled to smash another chick after the dinner date with the one chick. And you in town? Hey, Esco, did he not look at her like, who you? You never lied, brother. You dudes are funny, man. I thought I was the only one that caught that. My man looked around like, Harpo, who this woman? Harpo, who this woman? It's just an old heifer. Harpo, he looked around like, Harpo, who this woman? Oh, shoot. Oh, my God, that's funny. You don't know what I got going on for them 10 days, girl. I got a date tonight. I'm actually on my way to change for a date. After I get done with the date, I'm going to drop her off because I got this other chick I want to smash right around 10 o'clock. And you pop up with a ring? Oh, boo, no. Tell your friend that's recording us, stop recording us. Ronan says this, you see how they try to gaslight us by using our words, moving with intention. That's true. That's true. While they aren't accountable. Oh my God, that's funny, man. These Western ladies not ready for that conversation. If how they got that's true, is how they got knocked up by prison pookies. That is so true. Goodness gracious, goodness gracious. It also says there's so many unmarried. I told y'all these women competing. The Bible told y'all these women coming for you. The Bible told y'all these women are coming for you. So many unmarried tell people how to be married. The world is backwards as F. Shout out to Will in the building. Will says this. He said, I'm late to the party. How's everybody doing? Hope everything's going great with you, Will. Salute to you, brother. Glad to see you're here. Let's bring this one back. This one's too hilarious. This one is too hilarious. We can't just let this one slide. We got to watch this one again. Only met online I'm about to propose, only met online 10 days ago. I'm about to propose.
Let's not end
10 days
badly.
ago. He video chatted me every day. He doesn't know I'm here.
I'm all about things being non-traditional, but not proposals. I'm like,
something.
So Raymond,
this is gonna end terribly. Poor girl.
I just checked his Snapchat location.
Poor baby,
Okay.
she did the little twirl, the little Disney twirl. She just did the little Disney twirl. She's so excited. Let her Disney twirl.
But proposals. I'm like,
So Raymond,
This has gotten terribly. Poor girl.
I just checked his Snapchat location. Okay. And
What do you
he's
guys
arrived. So he's arrived. So proud of you. Oh my God.
Y'all think women propose?
That's creepy. She just checked his Snapchat location. I think we kind of overlooked that creepy part.
In 10 days?
There he is. There he is.
Harpo, who this lady Harpo? Harpo. Where is Harpo when you need him? Where is Harpo when you need him? Yeah. Wait, Snapchat gives out locations? Quite obviously it does. For all you guys that don't know, y'all better check y'all Snapchat locations. All y'all in the comments look nervous than a motherfucker. Y'all sounding nervous in the comments, bro. Y'all sound nervous in the comments. I'm just letting you know. Yes, Snapchat. Oh my God. Y'all better get y'all Snapchat. Look, y'all better go directly to your settings. Oh my God. Oh, he said epic fail. And then she posted the footage after the fact. Who that woman? I know, right? He said, I don't even have Snap. I don't either. I had it, but then I don't use it. I haven't used it in like since it originally came out back in the day. So that's how long it's been with me with Snapchat. I don't even have the app. I'm like, you will. He said, y'all doing too much. Thankfully, I dropped Snapchat a few years ago. Me too. Dude say, oh, hell no. African Wolf said, he said, wait, Snapchat killed our locations. Oh my God, y'all funny. He said, wait a minute. He said, I keep my Snapchat location on ghost mode. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, y'all just made my day, man. I kid you not. Yep. He said, turn that location off, gents. He said, he did that long ago. Oh my God. He said, I haven't used Snapchat. He said, in forever, thankfully. Me too, man. Yeah, they shook up now, Jeff. These dudes like, what? You say Snapchat do what? Oh, shoot. I didn't think I was going to get a good laugh tonight. I thought this was going to be a super serious episode. Oh, I thought this was going to be a super serious episode. You guys done turned it around. He said, now they're getting scared. The state said women will propose to y'all. All you dudes in Texas, y'all gonna have chicks from Houston driving up to Dallas. She know exactly what she gonna know exactly what Galleria you in. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh, y'all made my day, I swear. Thank you very much. That's a good laugh, gentlemen. Y'all made my day. He said, I think I stopped using Snapchat after I heard people could still recover your messages. He said, I don't like that. He said, I need my message to self-destruct. Absolutely correct. Like Mission Impossible. Absolutely correct. I'm with you on that one. Oh, man, you guys made my day.
Over the past week, I've seen 3 women proposing to their boyfriends. And I think something should always just be left for men to handle. I think one of the relationships that I seen, they was together for 14 years. So I guess if you want to be with that motherfucker, like, you got to take that initiative. But how long are you waiting, I guess, when you're dating somebody before enough is enough. I think certain gender norms or whatever you want to call them, right? Those should be upheld. I couldn't even imagine my girlfriend getting on one knee to propose to me. I would just look like a fool. Some shit should be left for the men. I promise you, man. And fellas, if your girl is proposing to you, you did wrong.
If it's ever okay or acceptable for a woman to propose to a man.
No. End of podcast.
Well, I mean, I knew you were going to say that, but there are plenty of women out there who are, you know, waiting for their man to put a ring on it. Mm-hmm. And he's just not doing it. And I get that in some situations where it's been a long time, maybe they have kids together, that she might get to a point he's like, shoot, I'll get down on one knee and put a ring on it. But I know that women don't really want to do that, right? Because even waiting so long for a man to propose to her, it makes her feel a certain type of way. So if she did it, you know, that would also kind of take away the specialness of him finally proposing to her, right? For sure. But there's plenty of women out there.
Yeah, but I don't want to get the court people involved. Like, we can do the ceremony and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to put no focus in my business. Y'all not understand how expensive divorce can be, especially when you have assets. No, because here's the thing. I want you to have all of your stuff that you came with, and I want to have all of my stuff that I came with, and I want us to enjoy each other together, and we can make money and do stuff together for sure, and we can get contracts to work that up. But the whole legal part, nobody benefits from that but them. I'm telling you. That's just my opinion. That's coming from somebody who's been divorced. Like, I'm telling you, when you trying to exit out, that's when you realize how expensive, let alone if the person don't want to agree and y'all going through all of these different, I'm telling you, it's a headache. Yandy did the right thing though. Like, now that I think about it, Yandy did the right thing. And I think that's how I would want to do moving forward. Like, we could do the ceremony, we could do everything in front of God, but I ain't got to put them other folks in my business. I don't.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And we're going to end it right there tonight, gentlemen. That is a really, really good point. You do not want to put them other folks in your business. So, you know, do the ceremony part, but that does not mean that you have to do the part where you have the government involved in the business of you and your spouse. Because at the end of the day, these women are going to be coming because, like I said, this episode is dedicated to letting you men realize how valuable you are. You guys are so valuable that these women are getting on one knee. And no matter how much they complain about how they don't want you, I wouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that, girl. It's going to happen more and more. It's going to happen more and more. So remember, guys, Friday episode is going to be about if Will, T-Mac, I'm going to have to reach out to you guys. Friday's episode is going to be about men that have relocated to Medellin, Colombia, and how is life there really? You know, because we hear the social media part about dudes being turned around or dudes being deported. But there are a lot of guys that are making and building great lives in Colombia. And we're going to have some of those guys here on Friday to let you guys know and keep you guys encouraged that there's a great life here on Friday. Tomorrow episode, we're going to talk about, I just remembered, I got the video already started. Sister gets arrested in Bali, and they're telling her, you either come out of $75,000 or you're going to do 4 years in jail for 5 ounces of marijuana. So that's tomorrow episode. These passport sisters out there still acting like they don't have any sense. Yes, sir. My brother says this. Zeta says, no, ladies, don't come to me or propose to me. He said, I'm cool. He said, y'all can find a plantation bros. Yes, sir. For that, I am not risking it. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you gentlemen being here. Yeah. But here's it's not a lot, but here's the law. The laws in Bali said, or Indonesia say this: it is a class 1 narcotic on the same level of heroin and cocaine. I'll say that again. Yeah, in the United States, excuse me, or in other countries, marijuana may not hold that much weight. But in Indonesia, you might as well be walking in with cocaine or heroin, because marijuana is the exact same class A. The exact same class A. So we're going to be looking at that case as well as other cases with passport sisters crashing out again. We're going to look at that tomorrow. Oh, did I say ounces? Yeah, it was. I mean, you might have been right. It might have been grams. I said ounces, but yeah, grams. But even with those grams, she's looking at 4 years. So we're going to look at what took place. Why'd she get over there? Yeah, I'm looking forward to Friday as well. We're going to have some fun on that day. We are going to have some fun, Will. He said, just buy your drugs in their country. He said, I know drugs are legal in some countries. That is true. But people always feel they got to sneak something in. 5 ounces. I got a couple of arrests of people trying to take stuff to other countries that we're going to be looking at passport sisters tomorrow. Crashing out, bruh. Yes, sir. All right, gentlemen, let's get ready to do our outro video. Let's do our outro. Since you guys were so encouraged with the belly dancing video the other day, we're going to start with the belly dancing once again.